Charlo got knocked off, not really, he got killed. Great lad. Hello, everybody. It's me. I'm the Invisible Man.
Is it on?
It's on. Just wait. If there's anybody there, not once for yes or twice for no. These your notifications, your beautiful phone. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
You can have that. I'll let you have that.
Thank you.
I have the £100 phone. She has the 12, £1,500 phones. Rob, hello, my brother. Love you all the world, son.
Rob.
Welcome to the show, Rob. You are a beautiful person.
Yeah, an absolute beautiful man.
A beautiful person. Johnny Jump, thank you for coming on, Johnny. God bless. Adam, 1992. Now Mush. Hello. Yes, I'm okay, brother. Shotgun. J1. Don't have me saying fucking shotguns on here. I'll get 20 yeah. C7 Trap.
Trap Mafia.
C7 Trap. No, it's not. C7 Trap Z4 MZ. AZ at the Arch Crackers. I think it's a Loopy. Somebody Loopy there. Trevor Ellingsworth. There's my big pal. I don't even have to read his name. I can see him a mile away. Jonathan Carling. Absolute legend. Oi, Jonathan. Glenn Kopp. Oh, yeah, Glenn Kopp. He's another great lad. I haven't seen him for a bit. Carl Brown. Brown is it? Browne. Hi, Brian Emma. Okay. My friend, 100% pal. 100%, mate. Absolutely. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Nick Channing. How's it going? It's going absolutely brilliant. I've for the first time in 2.5 years, I've thrown the left jab, the left uppercut, and the left hook, all like a 3-punch combination. Fucking unbelievable. Really good. These exercises what I was telling you about when my right hip's been bad, I've been checking everything aside. They're different hip display, all different things, your joint and your hips, ligaments, tendons, everything. So I've trained everything individually. I've come to the right conclusion. It's my right oblique. So the right oblique's pulling when you're straight. If one side's got more strength in it, it'll pull you over like that a little bit. So when I'm walking, I've been hunched over a little bit. So my balance has been going. And since I've been doing this 6 days now, 6-7 days, the strength's probably quadrupled in my right side. And I was doing a 2 key disc for 4 or 5 reps. I did a 25 key disc last night for 40 reps. So it's gone from that to that in 6 days. So it's definitely working now. Using the bands where I'm coming and twisting around. So my obliques are strengthening up and it's pulling my hips up and me inside of my hips and the ligaments, they were a little bit weak. So I've been doing these special exercises, what you do for like therapy. And it's definitely working good. Official topic talk. Steve, love you, son. We'll be doing that video probably next week, son. Putting the record straight. Cindy, hello, love you. Okay. Edgar Lee, are you, son? Hello, Johnny Jump. They talk to each other. And you see,
Jonathan Carlin, thank you.
This is the great thing about this channel. As soon as you're on, you're all talking to each other. I get binned. Kelly Davies, hello, love you. Okay. Positive vibes, another great lad. Trap Mafia, fantastic lad. Love you, Trap Mafia. Proper Scottish lad. Love
Freedom.
Freedom. Come on, you've got to be free. I love that song, Freedom. Trap Mafia, Edgar Lee. That's it. Look at they're all bidding me. I'm getting left out here, mate. I'm not
that. I have been buying.
Andrew Williams.
Buying. I've heard you.
Yeah.
I'm old.
I can't see him. I'm looking at the top.
Off-roader.
Yeah, off-road. Yeah, off Sean. Yeah. Are you Sean? I haven't seen you there. Positive vibes. Billy Cullingham, Paul Cresswell, Kelly Davies. Positive vibes. Edgar Lee, Free, Nick Cunningham, Hangman Audit. Hello there, mate. Are you okay?
Steve Mac.
Kane, both. Hello, Steve Mac. You all right, son? Just finished on the phone to him. Hello, folks. Ty and Booth. Donny Boy. Hello, Donny Boy. They did that many years on here. Unbelievable. Anthony Lund. Are you up, Big Brian Emma? Yeah, we good. Get up there. Steve Mac. There he is, the amazing Steve Mac. Probably with his beautiful daughter watching it. Hope you're both happy and good.
Cindy, hiya.
Hello, Cindy. You're okay? Freedom, Rob. That's about it. Laurie Winston. Adam, 1992. Steve Mac, again, official topic talk. Carl Browner. Key Commander. How you
Hiya.
doing, Key Commander? Can you build me some rocket launchers on my front? Ex-army lad. He did all the windows, didn't he?
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant lad. Didn't put them in. He fixed the boards. The boards with the windows for it. Came out about 12 o'clock at night. Came out, bless him. He's another legend. Absolute legend. Big up the Cockerills. Thank you, Key Commander. Legends like him. Was in Iraq, Afghanistan, them type of places. Got blown to pieces. And still going to work every day for his family and doing a great job. You know, lovely man. Come here, like I say, after all that. I said, when he was coming, he said, I think I'm back in Iraq or Afghanistan. I don't know which one he said. He was laughing his head off because there was fire bombs going off and everything. I think it was back in the right. You've done more tours in here than I've done in Iraq. He said that was it. It was funny.
He got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, he got his blew up.
He did marvellous because he was in competitions and everything, wasn't he?
Yeah, brilliant.
So we did say tonight we were going to talk about the old.
Get a dentist, a hole in the tooth, time both. Yeah.
You can get some thingy for it.
Tell you what you can get for it. If you've got any garlic in your house, just for straight away, this works. It really works. Garlic, crush it up in warm water, about 250 ml. Get some sick salt, some vinegar. Put the garlic in your mouth. The garlic is anti-inflammatory, and it's an antibiotic. So when you get them tablets off the dentist, they take 4 or 5 days before they start working. So take that, and I'll guarantee you, doesn't it, Emma? 33,000 people took it, and 33,000 people teeth have been better, and it draws out the pus straight away in a couple of days. So by the time you're booking a dentist, it's 4 or 5 fucking days. So go get that garlic, put it in your mouth.
Or if that feels exhaust really bad, they can get that temporary filling stuff, can't
yeah, but I'd put the garlic in because all that does is you're blocking the poisoning when you put that on top of it. What you're better doing is getting the garlic pulled on top, bite the garlic in your mouth, squeeze it. It tastes horrible, but about 10 minutes of doing it goes away. Then about 10 minutes, it'll come back and take it again. Just keep doing that and keep rinsing your mouth. It'll guarantee you the next day it subsides the pain. It'll go right down. I had a massive abscess with that COVID was on, and it just bust, poison. Spit it out in the sink, flush it down the toilet, whatever, and get rid of it. But yeah, it's really just 100% works.
Nick Channon is saying, I got into bodybuilding because of you, and thank you for that.
Thank you, Nick. God bless you, brother. And it's hundreds, well, probably thousands got Steve Mack's probably the same. He's another one got into it because of my training. People like Bram, another one. Bram used to come to me, one of the best fighters in the country.
You on the bus, didn't he?
And he seen me on the bus. He went, I want to be like him. I want to be like Brian Cockerill. And he's trained. And there's only 3 people in the country as good as him with all his jiu-jitsu and wrestling stuff. He's got everything. He's done all that. Then my other friend, Aki, he's the best in the country at what he does as well. Aki's like, he can just touch your fucking neck and knock you out. I've seen him do it. Honest to God, he's unbelievable.
Billy Cunningham.
Brian House, Terry's great. Who's that, Billy?
Billy Cunningham.
Hello, Billy. You all right, son?
We did say tonight we were going to talk about the old adverts and the old.
I'm just going to talk about stuff as it goes along now. Just later on, we'll do that. Blue Moon, you all right, mate? Oral gel from Tesco Numb It.
Brilliant Blue Moon, that stuff.
Yeah, but it doesn't take it away though. It just numbs it. It doesn't clean. All it does that is just numb it, so you're just masking it. So if you put the garlic in, the garlic is an automatic antibiotic, so it works straight away because it's natural. And that's why you've got all the garlic on the shelf. So then tablets everywhere, people take them, swear by them. Really good, and it keeps you getting infections and everything. Garlic, really good for you. I don't like the taste of it. That paste one, where Emma gets the ones in the little cloves. They're lovely. But that one when you get like a Parmesan or something, it's fucking horrible. It tastes totally different, makes you throw up. Papa's on, he's a man. Papa, bro, come on, son. Papa and you, come on. He's the man. Papa Robinson. There's only one Papa Robinson. He's got a great life. He's a proper man. 2 beautiful little girls, absolutely immaculate. The clothes, everything. His wife's a lovely lady. The house is immaculate. Everything they've got, the car's immaculate. He's up every day, that man. He's out doing his bits and bobs. He's in that gym every day training, and he brings his kids up and his wife with absolute impeccable manners, and they're absolutely beautiful family, like a perfect family, and Emma.
Yeah.
There's never, ever nastiness in them or nothing. They never turn on you. You tell them something, to keep it to themselves, not like some people do. And that's what you call a proper friend. And that's why, there's no way in this world I was going to get rid of him off my thing for certain people.
Anthony Lund's saying there, being on a garlic diet, lost a stone, and 2 best mates from breathing on them.
I like that one.
I do.
The only great thing about that, Anthony, as well, is no vampires can put the bite on you, mate. What was it? Don told me that. Where's the little dog? Where's he gone? I wish he was on. I was talking to the dog.
Tesco.
It wasn't Tesco. It was thingy we went to.
Yeah, the one in.
No, it wasn't. It was. We haven't been to Tesco. We've just been to Teesside Park, Morrison's.
Oh,
it was Tesco's 2 days ago. We were at.
I get confused.
There you do. Ice Queen, Emma's beautiful friend.
Tommy.
Tommy. There's only one Tommy. No, there's 4. Great lad, Tommy. Timmy B's another great lad. I can't see Timmy tonight.
Freedom's a brilliant lad. Joe Rogers, hey Brian, when was the last time you were in Motherwell?
I haven't been to Motherwell. I've never been to Motherwell. No, I haven't been there, mate. I've been to Scotland. I've been to Coatbridge. I've been to Glasgow. I've been to. Also, I've been up there. I've been to Blair Gowrie when I was a kid. I've been to Greenock, Pollock Shields, all them places. Govan, Coatbreg, near Borbham. All right, big man. Aye, near bother more. Aye, my more. That's your mark. All right, there. No problem. Last watch audits live last night. Watching audits. Freedom was in my live last night watching audits. You were in Motherwell.
Phil
no,
Summer.
Joe Rogers. Not Motherwell, my brother.
Oh, Brian loves Morrison's fish cakes, don't you?
Oh yeah, I've just had. She's got me the green. It's a green one, marzipan, with all the cream in it. Fucking hell. Bobby's like, get the fuck you. And Eli tried to pinch my cake. I did one the other week, right? I went in there, I was fucking livid. I went in the toilet, come out. Eli only pinched a slice, with the icing on. She said, where's my cake? She went, I put it on the side there with his lips. You little bastard. I said, get it out. He runs off. Been playing upstairs with him on the bed. He's absolutely hilarious. He's absolutely, I tell you what, he's getting better looking. He's beautiful. He is. He stood at the top of the stairs, like, in the old Victorian houses when they had them in the 19th century, 1880s, 1780s, whatever the was. And he stood like that, like a king, like that, on the top, like that. Honestly, stood at the top of the stairs, like, who's at the door? No, like when we first come back there from Morrison's. Yeah. Yeah, I've just been on the shop. There's a lady there. I mean, a lot of manners have gone. There was a lady there who's just been in the shop, but Emma, she's only about 5'2" or something. I seen her struggling to try and reach for something. I said, can I help you, love? Can I get that? What you need? She went, can you do us a favour? Could you see if there's any apple crumble and something? It was apple crumble and cream. I went, that one, her little face light up, didn't it, Emma? Give her it. You thought I'd just give her a £1 million ticket for the lottery. Just getting her a little thing. Just about 60-odd-year-old she was. Yeah, and I was just seeing one of my mates, the travelling lads, really massive, biggest family in the northeast up here. I've just seen the mum. I always call her mum. She's classes me as a son. She's got like all of her sons and that. They're all like top fighters, fucking top travellers. And I said, yeah, we're always here for you, Brian. You know that. You only have to make a phone call. Your family's my family. And Emma went, oh, what a lovely lady she is. Absolutely lovely she was. She said, you're welcome anytime, you know that. Anthony Lunn, Blair Gowrie. Is that how you spell it? I thought it was Blair Gowrie, so Blair Gowrie. My mum was on the run with my dad when I was a kid. And they went there to hide. My dad was wanted for an assault. And they went there and they lived in a caravan for about 3 months, and it was supposed to be freezing. But they were up there in the wild. I think they went tatey picking and stuff like that. So that's what it's called, spelt like. And then she also went there, Pollock Shields, I think it's called. And another place, Rough, where it was called Govan. And then we went to Glasgow. In Scotland, you call it's Glasgow. But you're thinking if you shoot, stop doing that.
No, Bobby.
Yeah, absolutely. Does me head in, honest to God. Can't do it live when he's in the toilet.
Okay, well, yeah. All right.
Order a big curry. Oh, you've just ordered a big curry. Yeah, just ordered a big curry. That garlic will be all right. Eli!
Bobby,
stuck there watching him.
Doing?
You just so Eli wrecked the house. You know, like you think you just get up and say, "Stop doing that, Eli." Just sit that.
Just like right.
You fucking life for lively. Just got him a big bottle of gin for his thingy to have a drink over the weekend and that. And you like that? Fucking Ramsey Nesbitt. We joined him, only the other idiot. Enjoy Papa. The two little kids are going to take it. It depends if the kids let him have it. Take it off him. He's got no say in that house. Papa had no say. There's the missus and the two girls. The two girls are at Chucky dolls. When they start, he said, I'd rather fight 5 Brian Cockerill instead of them. Yeah, he loves them, kid. You can tell the whole the dad's hand. You're walking up the street, the family, the 4 of them. It's marvelous to see them. You can see how happy they are. They're always smiling. They were abroad not long ago. You could see them like smiling. All the kids are on him, colouring him, and all that. Just people loving the family and looking after the kids. It's great. Yeah, so there's a lot of morals now gone where the lady stood at the door, you open the door for the woman and say, "Go and look before me." Or somebody's struggling with a bit of messages or a bit of shopping, saying, "Do you need a hand?" Like, "I'll carry your car for you," and just opening the car and put the messages in, or just being kind to people, or just saying, "Oh yeah, you all right? How's your day?" And I talk to everyone around there. Talk to everyone at Tesco's and everyone at Morrison's and Asda and Farm Foods and all the shops we go. I go every shop I go to. I know everyone knows me in the shops, and I was polite to everyone. It's nice to be weird.
It was nice seeing Bronson as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Have you ever been to Berkeley, Brian?
Berkeley? Yes, well, actually, I'll tell you a story about Berkeley, if you want me to know. We're off to Berkeley, to Berkeley, to Berkeley. We're off to Berkeley to buy a caravan. That was where it's at. So what happened? There was a kid from Scotland. This people I work for, they had a massive beer business, and they used to get it in, and they'd have big, massive vans, and they'd sell all over the country. Pardon me. And this lad had bought some beer off them. These were Asian kids, these from Stockton. The Asian people run the beer in this country because they don't drink that, but they run all the beer. People know that who's in the beer game. So they control massive stocks. So he had £3 million worth of beer, and this factory was bigger than fucking Tesco's. And I used to have the security. They used to have Durham Road Post Office. They had the 4 o'clock shop. They had the newspaper shop. They had about 5 or 6 shops there. Big, massive farm they had. And I did the security for them. So this lad's come down from Glasgow, from top of Scotland, Edinburgh, I think it was. And he come down. There was a discrepancy over money and the beer. And he'd already got the beer delivered, and pretending he never got it delivered. But this lad went up and went in, put it in the place, and got the receipt off the lad, and he had the receipt. So they come down, 4 of them. So my friend Ernie Buick, who was the best fighter in Sons and Way, Ernie Buick, he was brilliant, best fighter going. I phoned Bob Raw, and I phoned Kevin Blades, another great lad. Big Wayne from up Sunderland, about 23. He said, "It took me years to catch up. I'm 23, son." I said, "Well, I'm 24 now." He said, "You're lying." I said, "I'm not." Get on the scales. He was laughing his head off. So we goes there, and it was a big place in Berkeley. It was a massive unit, and a lot of money in that beer business, hell of a lot of money. So I'm doing the security for this place. I've got Cockerill security to protect these premises. But these from Scotland didn't know me. So they've come down 4 in one car, and I think 3 or maybe 4, say 8 of them. And I've phoned, like I say, Ernie, so they've got a minibus. Rob Roy had his own minibus. He got all the lads. He got, I think it was 12 coming in the minibus. And there was a few cars. I think it was 17 of us all in. But everyone was between, the lightest person was about 17 stone, and they were all either pro boxers or cage fighters like Bram, mixed martial arts experts. So we got there, and I was going to fight this lad. So the lad I was going to fight was only about 5'6", but he was fucking wide as a wagon. So he said, "I'll fight him." So I got there anyway. I jumped out. I went, come fight me. But as we went past, we drove past, and as we were going past in the minibus, he said, "There they are." Bob Ross said to me, "There they are in that car." I went, "No, that's not them, just normal people." Then we seen the guns come out, like a handgun come out. So it goes over, and we go to this place. And the lad's opened the door, and he said, "He's been." Anyway, the lad's got a cut in his eye. Couldn't know it, gee. The lad's got a cut in his eye. And I said, "Who's on that?" He said, "The big lad who's wide." Bobby will just leave him. So, Bobby! Yeah, he's a nightmare, he is. Just all I've got to put up there all day long, 1 hour a day I've got to do this, and you can't look after the dog for an hour. It's terrible. Look after him 24 hours a fucking day, 7 days a week. Honestly, just sits out all day. Does nothing. Won't help with nothing out. Just can't be bothered with out. Yeah. So anyway, this lad's come on the phone. So he's phoned there, the lad, the Asian lad. I said, I want my money. You owe me 11 grand. He said, I've already fucking you've had the beer. He said, you never dropped it. He said, I've got the receipt in my hand off such and such, say Tom Smith or whatever his name was. So he's going, we're not fucking body. So what are you going to do with them different daft cunts? I said, get that phone. I said, here, my name's Brian Cockerill. Come and fight me now, you fucking muppet. I'm not 9 stone ringing wet. Come and fight me now. He said, no, I'll fight you. He said, I'll fight you in Burley, he said, on the phone because I was talking to him. And then he said, right, I'll fight you in Carlisle. I said, I'll fight you on the fucking moon if you want. Where you daft cunt? I said, where? I said, right. So anyway, I said, you're only over the road from me, about 3 or 4 minute drive from me. Come and fight me. He said, yeah, you've got all them with you. I went, well, I'll tell you what, all these will go. I'll stay by myself. These will all go. And me, you'll have it one-on-one. He went, okay then. So I got my top off and jumped about and I went, fucking hell, Brian, you're in good shape. This is Bob and all that. Shadow boxing and I went, fucking jumping about. And anyway, fucking phoned back. He went, oh no, I'll fight you in Carlisle. And then when I said, okay then, Carlisle then. Then he went, I'll fight you in Berwick upon Tweed. I went, fucking hell, we'll be in Scotland next. So anyway, he never got the debt off him. We ended up getting the money and saved the lad, get a good eye. But he already paid him just a fucking bully. He went, you won't be able to bring him all the time. So I got back on the phone. I said, listen, I'm only about an hour away from there, so I don't give a fuck. I said, as soon as you start coming down, I'll be there again. So he didn't want to fight me. And so wherever he was from, I said to him, just say Perth, for instance. I went, because he said he was the best fighter in Perth or somewhere. And it wasn't that area. I'm not going to say where because I don't want to embarrass him. But wherever he was at, he said, I'm the best fighter in Perth. So I said, I guess I must be the best fighter in Perth now, and that, because he wouldn't fight me, shit himself. But yeah, true story. But Bob Brown was there. And like I say, any Bukes lads were there, but it was good. But he was just fucking trying to tax him in a way. 220 on 45. Thumbs up. Don't forget to push the like buttons.
Yeah.
People, Mark Whittaker, did you
hear
sorry. What happened?
Yeah, just ignore that.
No.
No. Steve Mac, cheers, freedom. Yui, I hear Yui. Kelly's lovely site, Kelly Bride.
Hiya, Kelly.
Sherwood.
Yeah, I like that one, freedom. Yeah. I'm not even going to mention freedom because they're not even worth the fucking steam on my shit, you know what I mean? So, people who just talk fucking shite, you just let them talk shite because they just frizzle up into nothing and just blow away because of divvy cunts. If they had anything about them, they'd offer me out and say, get a straighter on now. They won't do that because they're cowards.
Let's get this happy like last night.
Yeah, I'm happy. Do you want to do the thing here, Ben? I'll sit there and you can do it.
No, it's all right.
You can do it and I'll sit over there.
Don't be daft. Donny boy, hiya.
You Hardberg, you're right, you. Kelly Davies, Don, yes, you did. Is that you, Don? Don Domingo.
I think it's Donny boy Netto, isn't it?
Is it you, Donny boy?
I can't see my glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I remember when we were kids in the old days, and you'd have like fucking the street parties. We had that, and we had a street party, and there was always a gangers in there. So the other street were the Masons, and we were like the Cockerills around here. And Seaton Lane is all travellers, gypsies. Now, when you went down Seaton Lane, it was the roughest place in fucking Great Britain. I'm telling you, it was fucking worse than Belfast. But you go down there, it was full. Every house was nearly gypsies. Maybe the odd one or two wasn't. And you get to the bottom, you used to have horse. I said, Mum, just seen a horse in that upstairs bedroom there. I went, are you mental? Get off, sit down on the bus, will you? Talking rubbish. On the way back, my mum went, fucking hell, there's a horse. The travellers used to get the horses in the house, and it was in the winter to keep them warm and keep them in the house. So they'd have the horses in the house while you're watching the telly. There'd be a big horse look out the window down the bottom. It was called Little India. Anyone in Hartlepool will tell you. So we lived at the top end, which was the posh end, Stockton Road. And this was right next to was the fields and next to it, out the back of it, industrial estates, and then on the right hand side was Seaton Crew. Seaton Crew, I used to get the train there to be honest to Redcar to Middlesbrough, and then I get the bus from there, the 274 to Roseby Road. And I used to go and see my nana. She lived in 54 Dolby Close, Redcar. My throat's gone. And I used to go over there. So anyway, this year it was 1977, and it was the Queen's Jubilee. So everyone was getting all the banners out and everything in the streets and that. So everyone got tables out. Their mums would bake, say, cakes. They'd bake whatever. Everyone got together. So they'd get all the tables, like, you know, the tables where you paste your wallpaper on that. They put them together. Big tables and chairs and all that together. So there was all street parties. Like, yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you, Rob, for the donation. Thank you, Rob. Timmy B, thank you.
Sending you loads of love, Bragg.
Who?
Murphy's mum, class person.
Hello, Murphy's mum. How you doing? Love you to bits.
Timmy B's here.
Timmy B. There's only one Timmy B. He always sticks up for us. We knows we're the real people. Yeah, so that's this place. So these are the guys who are called the Masons. On the other side, there's about 20 of them. And then there was the other one's called Masons, and the other, what the fuck was the other one? Jenkins. They're not being friends in the end. So we're at this end, old Jamie, or Bobby, our skinny old Peter, and my sister. And then there was like our friends and that there. So I was always into bikes, and pedal bikes and all that stuff. Then I was getting into motorbikes. So I rode round this area, and I went, Cockerill, what you done round our area? I went, fuck off, you daft cunt. You don't own the fucking streets. So they were, anyway, I had a fight with this Jenkins, and I hit him with the right hand, dropped him. And anyway, I went to fit, and there was a big Billy Mason, big fat thing was. He ran after me. I couldn't fight him. He was too big for me. So I ran off up the house. So I ran around the corner. My mum said, what's the matter with you? I went, oh, them are after me, mum, what this? He said, all fucking who? My mum, proper Scottish, didn't give a fuck. Who's after fucking who? Alfred, right? Samurai, we used to have a samurai sword on the wall. She pulled it off the wall like that and ran out and went, I'll cut your fucking heads off, and chased him all the way down the seat. And she chased him right to the bottom. I knew the police come. The coppers went, what's going on and all that? She said, not touch your master, I'll cut his fucking head off. Till the coppers, these two young coppers come. They went, oh, put the sword away, Mr. Copper will go in the house, you're all right. They are trouble clause, said, but it was there. I can remember it when you're a kid, you remember things. My mum chased him right down the street. Proper Scottish, just outside Glasgow, Cope Bridges born.
Do your accent what she used to say to you when she used to tell you off?
I don't know what
you know when she used to say, what's that one? What something wrong with there's one with you. What is it? And she used to tell you off and say, do you want to?
I don't know. If you were in the house, say you went to a house. My mom was the same as my nana. If you go somewhere, they'd say, you keep your mouth shut. Don't open your mouth and blah, 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 all that shit. And then keep your manners, you know. Thank you. If anyone offers you a biscuit, say, yes, thank you, please. And take the biscuit and thank them. But don't take another one. Or I'll take my hand right off your face. You know, like, what meaning? You get a slap. Because in Scotland, it means you get a slap. I thought, hand off your face, that won't it? But the fucking slap, take it off your face. And then the other one was, wait till I get you home. You wait till I get you home, and you go, oh, fucking nightmare. You think, shit yourself all the way through the thing. You've done something wrong. Just wait till I get you home because you've done something wrong in the house with the person.
Lee Watley said Mary was the governor.
She was the governor. Old man would fucking wipe the floor with anyone. Old man, I'm not joking. Land on heart. The toughest person I've ever come. All my uncles, my Uncle Frank, Uncle Tam, Uncle John. She battered them all. My mum, every one of them there were her brothers. She was 11 in the family. How Jerry or not, he was the youngest.
He said that you have him in stitches for the stories of you.
I'm fucking telling you, get it up. I'll cut your fucking head right off. That's what they're doing in Scotland. The first thing they say to you, no matter how old you are, 80, 12-year-old, 5-year-old, cut your fucking head off with that knife. Yeah, the first thing they shout. Absolutely. Cartman, you're right, son. Nice to see you, bro. It is nice to see him, isn't it? Lee Watley, my brother, I love him a bit. He's proper. See, Lee, you can tell him anything in the world. Go anywhere with him, do anything. And what you say to him stays with him. He's like a proper loyal as a Labrador. He is unbelievable. And the thing is, he knows more about fighting than I would ever know. I was, in his eyes, the best fighter in the country in my day. And then other people, Big Joe Egan's have said it. People like Lee Sayers have said it. Same as Ernie Buick said it. People like fucking big, what do you call it? Joe said, Brian, you're one of the toughest men I've ever come across. Don't put yourself down. You're up here. He said, you're up there with us. He said, but at the end of the day, you get these little weasels saying this, that, and the other. Couldn't lace your fucking boots, mate.
But dancer said, where was it you're from? Is it Courtbridge? Yeah.
Courtbridge.
Yeah.
Courtbreg. Well, in Scotland, Courtbreg, and in Scotland, you use everyone's English. Everyone would say Glasgow, but in Scotland, Glasgow. Wait, and then you don't say where you're from, where you fee, where you fee, where you fee.
That Matthew said you speak better Scottish than he does.
Oh, you can fuck right after that, Matthew, you big cunt. And in Scotland, in England, you say you fucking cunt. People go mental. Oh, you call me a cunt, I'll flush your face. In Scotland, it means good. See that big cunt? He's fucking brilliant, you know. Fucking big. What a fucking singer, not me. See that big cunt down there? What fucking brilliant. What a brilliant night we had to him. Made us all laugh. Fucking brilliant he is.
I've had dancers from Courtbridge as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'm from Townhead, Monklands. I was born in St Alexander's Hospital in 1964. It's gone now. It's been knocked down. And my mum used to work in the Fountain Cafe. Ask your mum or dad, they'll know the Fountain Cafe. I think it's still there, the Fountain. And my Auntie Rena used to be trams in them days. My Auntie Rena used to work there. My Auntie Rena was beautiful. My mum was beautiful, jet black hair up and her back. She looked like Elizabeth Taylor, my mum. Gorgeous looking woman. And my Auntie Rena and Uncle Bert Moyer, they went to Glasgow and they used to go the other dancing, the jitterbug and all that stuff. They used to do all that, you know, rock and roll stuff. And they used to come home with big trophies. I mean, they were brilliant dancers, the both of them. They used to have his hair back, quiff back. He's all pictures of them, but they've sadly both passed away now. But he was a hard bloke as well. They're all the Moyers and that from Redcar. They're all related to me. I've got thousands of relations in Redcar. All the Givrans, like Tam, and then it's like Chantel, then she's got kids, and then there's like all the Moyers kids and all their kids have got kids. There's fucking thousands of them related to me in Redcar. There's Uncle John, Uncle Tam, Uncle Frank, our Jerry's kids.
Town down from Kirkwood under the fountain, it's still there.
Yeah.
Loads of family from up there. That dancer is a good friend with Moto and OG.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen OG for a bit. I haven't seen. He's a great lad, OG. Weird City, are your son? Lemmy. Come on, Lemmy, son. Come on, Lemmy, boy. Yeah, so when we were kids, we used to go out and we'd have to... We used to go to the beach to like Seaton Crow. My dad used to work on the beach. And what he used to do, he used to get sea coal. Now, sea coal was dead thin, which is obviously in the sea. And because it was so light, it was like, say, dandruff in your hair type thing. It would sit on the top of the water and float to the bottom. When the waves would come in, my dad would be over there, son, see that there, that tide, that'll push that out that way. Now, my dad was fucking brilliant. My dad was making £600 a week on the beach. And he used to work with a lad called Stewie Lithgow. Now, Stewie Lithgow fought for the British heavyweight title against Frank Bruno. He did 6 rounds with him. But if Stewie Lithgow had trained, I think he'd have done a lot better. He was having 6 fucking bottles of McEwen's, whatever the fuck I was used to drink. 6 bottles that a day, and he was on the beach, not eating properly. And he had about 6 weeks to train for the fight. He took it, but he got beat. But he gave Frank Bruno a good run for his money. Yeah, brilliant lad. And
let me say, Redcar was a great night out on October.
It was, Lemmy, when we used to have the doors. When I first went there, I lived there about my life. You know, I started going there about 1970, 74, I think it was. I started going to Redcar when my auntie Annie used to sleep in the bed with her. She's only 5'1" or something. And she taught me to ride a bike and everything. My Uncle Frank played for Manchester United. He was in the youth team. He was only 14 when he went. And Matt Busby come to the house and brought him back and gave my nana, talked to my nana and said, I'll look after Mrs. McGivern. And he went to Man United. There's pictures of him, like certain assholes, but he's making up. So if you go on, you put Frank McGivern, Manchester United, and his best friend was the Irish lad, I can't his name now. Can't read his name.
Ask one of them, look at it.
No, they won't know it. It's too far back. I'll get it in a minute. Sammy McElroy played for that island. Our Frank was his best man at his first wedding. He was his best man, and they went together. And there's a picture of Sammy McElroy stood. Now Frank's right next to him in the picture. If you put it in, I think it's about 1974. I think it is. And he played for Man United for like quite a few years there. And then he went abroad. He scored in a big final. I can't remember which it was. And he played for Middlesbrough for a few years. He was best friends with Graham Souness at Middlesbrough. And he went to Redcar on the night out because he's big clocks there in Redcar. And he went, "You need to get out of here, Frank. You need to get somewhere." Graham Souness went to Liverpool from Middlesbrough, and old Frank ended up playing still for Middlesbrough. Then he ended up getting into a fight with one of the footballers there, ended up losing his job as a footballer, and he ended up being working on the rigs and stuff like that. But his wife, Sharon, she's lovely, beautiful looking woman, and she passed away. She went in hospital for a brain tumour, and that's my cousin who does Emma's lips and that, and Emma's thingy. Emma didn't have to leave the house, but Emma gets her Botox done out like that. She comes here, and she's called Chantel McGivern. And next time she comes, I'll let you see her. And she does all her own stuff. I come on here, talked about before, so, and she lives on my hospital bed and gets her face done. And me, last time she got it done about 2 weeks ago, it was me here, Chris Curry. And Chris went, "Yo, that's as hard as fuck." I went, "What do you mean?" He went, "Not when the fucking needle's going in her lips." Oh, you went, "I couldn't do that, Emma." Fucking hell, he's crying nearly watching it. So she got her lips done, and there was our other friend, Bobby Mulvenner, come on the phone. Now Bobby was here. So yeah, Chantal McGivern, if you want anything doing, if you contact us on here, she can do it. She's an expert. She's paid 20 grand in Manchester to do the courses. I did a little thing not long ago about her on here.
Lee Watley said McEwen's expert, wasn't it, Brian?
You are?
Lee Watley said McEwen's export, wasn't it, Brian? And then Neil Roberts said, "I can still picture you working in Leo's, if I'm right. All the doormen had suits on and you had trackies and a training top on."
Yeah, I did have trackies. I'll tell you what I had on. I bought my first trousers, and they were like a pinstripe, but they were very slight. I had them. I know what you're on about. I used to have a blue top with white stripes, like like a referee has in a ring. True, like a black and white. They have the top. Well, I had a blue and white one, but it was a special shirt. I got it off Steve Coogan. He's a multi-millionaire. You know Emma. He used to have a place called Sliced Tomatoes, and he built all his own shops up. He's a multi-millionaire clothes designer, and been to London, winning awards and everything. And he has a place on, I don't know if he's still got it. He used to have a place on Linthorpe Road. There, and all the footballers go and buy the clothes off him. So when I see him, he go, "Big Bry," he said, "Remember I got sold you them trousers?" He always talks about the trousers. So he had a tiny little shop on the left hand side. When I used to walk down Station Road, there was a kebab shop. I used to get 2 kebabs in there on the night when I was going to work, because I used to work in the gym. So what happened is, I went to the gym with my Uncle Tam, T.A. I fucking know it's because Eli's been playing in the bed with me. So I've just got some eye drops off of there and still fucking itchy. So I goes to the gym with old Tam, sorry. Uncle Tam, he lived in Scorton Court and I lived in Hornby Court, number 10, up the lakes, not the lakes, up that lakes in Redcar, it's called the Lakes Estate. So I had a little flat, 1-bedroom flat. You walked in, toilet, and then you used to have a bar on this. You pull it like a cord like that, and you have a bar on. So what I used to do when I went to the door, I used to have a white shirt first and a black jacket. And the dickie boy fucking hated it. So I started wearing just the white shirt. And I got this jacket, like what the lad's done about, like a tracky top, and it was like a dead tight round here blue. It was there, but he gave me a cheap. And it was like white stripes. It was like a referee type of thing. And I worked there and he used to have a black dickie boy. So I looked different for all the dog, penguin suits or whatever. So I worked there, but I went there when I was 20-year-old when I went, just under 20, I think I was. But I'd been training at the gym since I was 18. I was training with my great friend. Who gives us our cable and everything, what do you call them? Emma?
Yeah.
Emma gives us the cable, what do you call them?
The cable.
The tellies, he puts the telly on for us, everything.
Oh, I can't. Oh,
the Redcar,
yeah,
man.
I know what he's called. I know where he's from, but I can't think of his name. Oh, what's he called? Can't think.
Dean Taylor.
Yeah,
Dean Taylor used to train with us. Dean Taylor used to train with us in that gym when he was 18 when I met him. I'd known him all my life. And
Lee Watley's saying I've got the pictures of Frank and Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy McRoy. Sammy McRoy played for Ireland. He played full-back, I think it was, I'm sure. And he was also the Irish manager. Marvellous footballer. But he used to come to my nana's and everything. I never seen him face to face. But Frank used to bring him for like Christmas and all that type of thing. But he the best friend. So anyway, I'll go with that story while I'm talking about the football. So Frank, every year he can go twice a year with like 2 people. So he took me one year and we were in the Van Nistelrooy suite. This like a pub club, whatever you call it, like a hotel thing on the corner. and Old Trafford was there, and I was like it was like about 10 years ago. So goes in anyway, I'd be suiting everything, and I was fucking huge. And he went, "Oh, fucking back's huge." So I was getting ready. Tony the Head, we call it, because his head was big, Tony the Head. So he was getting a shower, Tony. I went, "Don't you be getting a shower first. Fucking size of your head, there'll be no water for us left." Old Frank was pissing his out laughing. So we went to the door in the night, went to walk down. It was like George Best. He was best friends with George Best. He used to go drink with George Best. Yeah, our Frank, very good friends with him. And 232, and don't forget to push the like button. So tell me the stories about George Best. And anyway, I got on the table with him. And it was a night, I've got the programme. I'll tell you what I'll do up in the programme and show you the programme. And it was about footballers. So we're on there. There was a footballer. If anyone remember, he played for England. He played in England. He was German. And he broke his neck in one of the FA Cups. And he still played on. Was it Troutman, I think he was called? Something Troutman he was called. He was there. He was in a wheelchair. And then there was the footballer who was the worst goalkeeper ever. When I was at the table, it was like 8 people at the table on the table. So it was a gentleman. It cost us 20 quid to get in for the ticket and that. So it was for like kids' charity. So then there was the Man City team were there, the Man United, and were boo, now messing about, a bit of crack and a bit of fun. So I'm sat with Frank and they're all coming up to him like Frank Stapleton and all that. "Are you Frank? You all right?" And we played for Arsenal and played for Man United. And all top footballers were. And another one played for Scotland. What was he called? He was in full-back. I don't know his name now. But it was brilliant. He's only little. He said, "I think they're Frank. Fuck's sake, me." He said, "You told me he was fucking big, for fuck's sake." So he jumped on the table. He was only about 5'4". He jumped on the table. Well, Frank, he's about 5'6" or something. And he said he's still really fucking bigger than us. So I've got the picture with them two each side of me on the table. I can't remember his fucking name now. He played for England, played for Scotland. He was brilliant. So anyway, it was about goalkeepers. So we had Alex Stepney. I said, "Oh, we nicknamed Dracula." I said, "Dracula." He said, "Why?" It's because he was scared of crosses. When he went to dive for the ball, he said he was scared of crosses, so we nicknamed him fucking Dracula. So he was there. He shook me hand. Frank introduced me to him. And then there was another goalkeeper there who was the Irish goalkeeper. And not many people knew this until that night. He started telling the story where when they had the disaster at Old Trafford, when they crashed, all the Duncan Edwards, all them got killed in an aeroplane crash because they took off and there was all ice on the aeroplane. It landed and it killed loads of the footballers, wiped them all out nearly. Matt Busby was on there and a few other players. So the goalkeeper was Irish, went into that aeroplane, it was a light, and come out about 4, went in, went out, went in about, saved 4, 5, 6 players. The lights carried him out on his shoulders. And he said he's telling us, it was mainly about him, and it was about Bert Troutman, that was his name, goalkeeper, German goalkeeper. He played in England, I don't know what team, maybe Tottenham or something. So he's telling the story. He said when George Best come to Manchester, I was the goalkeeper, and he was a big burly fucking bloke, about fucking 14 stone. In them days, that was big. So George Best was about 9 stone, little fucking kid, about 5'4". And he went, so he's playing football and that. So the goalkeeper's in goal, like really good goalkeeper. I can't remember his name. Irish lad. So he said, he come at me, went bum, 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 like that, and put the ball. He said, "You cheeky little cunt, put the ball between my legs, scored a goal." I went, looked at him like that. He said, "Won't be doing that again." So anyway, goes again, went bum, bum, done it again. Fucking second time we done it. He said, "You do that again, I'll break both your fucking legs." He said, made me look a fucking fool. He said he went past me like lightning and just put the ball between my legs again. That was the second time. I said to him, "Do it again, I'll break both your legs." And he said, George went, "Okay then." He was only a kid, 15-year-old or something. And when I was talking to the lads on the table and the Manchester City players and that, I said, "How good was he?" They went, just unbelievable. Was he as good as Ronaldo? He said, "He was better than Ronaldo. He was better." He said, he never had he said, "Look at the size of the big Casey balls. Look at the boots he had. Look at the football pitches." And he was better skilled than Ronaldo. He said, much better. He said he was for us, he was the best player of all time. In our eyes, all these top pro footballers. And there was another bloke there he's an entertainer, I can't remember his name now. He's in I can never always forget his name. I think he's from Manchester. Black lad, in the comedians, he was in them. He was there, and he would come over and he was talking. He's a big lad. And then when we first come in, it was me, Tony, and Frank, and we had to come in. You had to go upstairs. I seen Bobby Charlton. So Bobby Charlton looking over at me because I was, even to me like that, they were looking at me thinking, "Fuck, I was 24 stone something," with a suit on. So I looked about 25, maybe more. My shoulders are out here. He looked at me a few times. I went, I seen you looking there, son. Do you want a picture? And I went, oh yeah, please, Mr. Charlton. You're brilliant. So our fucking Frank, I love him a bit, but you fucking can't take a picture to save your life. Fucking useless. So he goes over. There's me and Tony stood next to fucking Bobby Charlton's fucking down here on me, tiny little bloke. And I'm stood with him like that. I thought, fucking Bobby Charlton, one of the greatest footballers ever, like starstruck a bit. Because obviously been about new fans since I was a kid, since how Frank played for them. So I'm stood there and so Tony went, I'll take the picture. And Frank, no, I'll do it, it's okay. So me and him, I stood like that. They were proud in that. And then next minute, he took the picture. And what you've got to do with these new cameras, you push the button and you've got to wait for it to go flick. And then so he went, flick. And then he done that and it flashed and hit the fucking floor. So we got me, Tony, and Bobby Charlton's feet. Oh, for fuck's sake, you've done it wrong. So I'll take it again, no problem. So we asked him, he made a mistake, Mr. Charlton. He said, could we get another one, please? I'm sorry. No, you're all right, son. Lovely man. Done it fucking again. He went, flick, flash, and then put the thing, then got his feet again. I went, oh, I can't ask him again. Felt fucking stupid. Anyway, I met all the lads at the table. I said, well, how good was old Frank? He said, oh, he was exceptional. Exceptional. He said he was brilliant in that midfield. He was a midfield player. And then they had when they had a do not long ago, a couple of months ago, they mentioned how Frank, he said, could you stand up, Frank McGivern? And all the footballers were clapping for him. He was like dead emotional. He was telling us, me and him, the story a couple of weeks ago. He said they were all saying he was one brilliant player in midfield when he was a kid and all that stuff. So all come up, but it was great. I can't remember that fucking footballer on my head. He had curly black hair. And he played for Man United and he played Scotland. Fucking, he was a full-back, number 3, I think he was. So he'd be fucking in, yeah. Arthur Albiston, get in! Arthur Albiston. So Arthur Albiston went, for fuck's sake, Beg, he's fucking huge. Anyway, I'm in there and I've got them two. And so what I've done is they've had a drink of that. So I've grabbed them around the legs, picked the both of them up and walked around with the thing like that. And they were laughing like fuck. It was a great night. We're there about 4 hours. They'll talk to the lads in there. And he still talks like Sammy Mackerel on the phone. Hey, Frank, you all right? Just still keeping contact all them years. Loyal as like, yeah, friends stay loyal for life. It's like my mate Sean Daly. I've known Sean since I was 21. I've never, ever had a bad word with him. And he told me off the other week, he said, change your record and get this thing back to being fucking what you were before. You're too good for all this fucking daft nonsense. He said, we all know what you are. Let them say what they want because they can say what they want. We all know. The proper people know the truth. And I thought, fucking brilliant, Sean, you're right. And that's why we've moved on now because, like you say, we've done what we had to do. But having the nights like this, Harry Gregg, whoever's on those that, Kevin Critchley, Kevin, give that man a cigar. That's him, yeah. Harry Craig. I thought it was Bert Troutman, wasn't that? And Harry Craig was the one who played for the goalkeeper for. He played for the goalkeeper for. I think he played for Ireland, and he also played for Manchester United. He was fucking tough man. He's passed away, I think, not long ago. But that night, I've got the programme signed off them, and who was the number 1 goalkeeper there that night? I forgot to tell you this. The main one was the one with the one eye, that won the World Cup. I shook his hand. He was tiny, about 5'10", I think he was. He was fucking tiny. You only see him on the telly, look massive. Nowhere near. The camera makes it about 2 stone bigger. So I'm stood, and he's telling a story. He said, when I worked, he said, somebody give me his name, you'll know it, you lot know. Played for the World Cup, lost his eye. Not Alex Stepney, what the hell do you call him? I can't get his name, black hair. And he played for Tottenham, didn't he? So he's Charlie Williams. That's him. You've got him. Charlie Williams, Lee Watley. Well, now how Lee knows, because he's got all the stuff, all the programme and everything. Charlie Williams was the comedian that night there. He was funny. He's a little black lad from, I don't know if, I think he's from Manchester way. And he's on the comedian. He was fucking class. See how Lee Watley knows all this. He's got all my stuff. Paper form, newspapers, clippings, everything. I only have to say something. Lee Watley's come up there. Charlie Williams. Yeah, he was hilarious. So anyway, we're in there, and he lost his eye. Yeah, Gordon Banks, that was his name, Gordon Banks. So Gordon Banks is there, and it was he was talking. The Harry Craig was talking, and he was talking about Bert Troutman, saying he was the best goalkeeper they've ever known. He was a legend because he was in, I think he was in a POW camp at first, and then they let him stay, and he became a footballer, and he became a great footballer. He was in the FA Cup, and he broke a vertebra in his neck, and he said, "No, I'll play on." Can you imagine him playing on now? Referee, look, he's calling me names. You're on £500,000 a fucking week. Call me fucking Susan if you want for £500,000 a week. He's calling me names, referee, and kick your legs off in the old days, especially the Leeds United football team. So
Gordon Banks losing. Let me say, can you remember Gordon Banks?
Yeah, I've just said that. Yeah, that's what I've just said. Gordon Banks. Gordon Banks was the goalkeeper. So Gordon Banks is on the thing and he goes, I remember my first job, he said, it took me 3 hours to get to the bus stop, walk to the bus stop, wait an hour, get the bus to this bus stop, get to another bus stop to do 1 hour a week training as a goalkeeper. And it took me 3 hours to get there and probably had 2 hours, an hour train, but I was probably there 2 hours getting ready and everything. So it took him like a full 8 hours day on his day off to train to be a footballer, goalkeeper. And he said his first job, he was worked on the call. And I thought, I worked on the fucking call with my dad on the beach. So I went up to him, I said, I wanted to meet you because I was at another job. I can't think of the manager now. He was a manager for Man U. He was only there. He said, I was there for 4 seasons. He says, summer, winter, autumn, and whatever it was. What is it? Summer, winter, autumn, and spring. So he's made 4 seasons. He thought he meant 4 seasons played. But he became after... I think he became before Tommy Docherty, and he was the manager. I can't think of his name. He's like a little stocky, he's bald head. His son works there as well, and I met him. So we were in a do at Redcar. This is before winter. So Frank's brought him to Redcar to do a do for the kids again, and the table was full of about 20 coppers. It was a full big table, all coppers on. So I've got in. This was me at the prime of my time. I was fucking huge. I've got in with a shirt on, and I've got in. And he went, and he said, Frank, who's he? Which is the manager. I can't remember his name now. Lee might find it. Anyway, he said, oh, tell Brian. He went, I know you told me he was big. So anyway, he said, come and have a look at his legs. So he goes to the toilet. He said, show me your legs. I went like that. He went, fucking hell, what are them? They're like fucking something off a fucking rhinoceros. Where the hell did you get legs like that, son? Anyway, he said, so I was going to go for the Britain's Strongest Man competition because I got picked to go in it. And he said, oh, there was such and such a tough player. There was this player. He had big legs. But I've never seen legs like. Can you stand up, son? Brian Cockerill, Frank McGivern's nephew, going for the Britain's Strongest Man, then the Welsh Strongest Man. So they all coppers stood up, fucking clapping for me in the place. It was in that Revels Emma in Redcar. It was sold out, packed out. But I can't remember his fucking name. That the bloke. He was only there for 1 year, but he was a lovely man. He still works with them and does all stuff in there, helps kids and stuff. But yeah, but going back on the night when we were there, it was great just to go there. My eyes killing me today. Somebody said to me, it's because we've had 10,000 views in the last 24 hours or something. And you answering people, my eyes killing me. So somebody said, when you look at my niece said, when you look at the screen all the time, it makes your eye bad. But I've just got some brilliant eye drops off Emma and put them in there. I haven't done a thing. Charlie Williams used to play for Doncaster. I never knew that. Didn't know that. And there was all the other goalkeepers there. The only one I wasn't there was when I loved was Gary Bailey. I used to love playing goal. I used to be a striker when I was at school, but I used to love playing goal. I used to always go, I didn't say by Gary Bailey, you know all the daft kid when you're a kid, 12-year-old, and that do that thing. He broke it twice. Blue Moon said, yeah. So it just shows you the footballers then to now. There was a man called Peter Lorimer. He could hit a ball over 100 miles an hour. Fucking kick a ball into the back of the net, 100 miles an hour. Fucking unbelievable. And then there was the Leeds football team. They were the dirtiest bastards walking. They'd kick the legs off you. You'd get 10-year jail if you'd done the tackling what they did. Oh, they were lethal, but they were proper tough team. They were like non-stop super fit. Billy Brenda, he would kick your fucking legs off. But they were tough lads. But straight after the thing, they were best of friends. Gordon Banks lost an eye in a car crash, that's right. So he lost his eye, but you couldn't tell because he obviously had a glass eye. But he was telling us a story about being a coalman. I said, I worked on the beach. I was telling the story. About 5 minutes I was talking to him. But you could cue up the talk, but he was a lovely man, honest. But I think he's passed away now. I got to meet the legendary Gordon Banks. It was brilliant. But yeah, he had the other one next to us. Next table was Alex Stepney, who was the Scottish goalkeeper and Manchester United goalkeeper.
Who's Jenkins, Brian?
Jenkins.
Yeah.
Which Jenkins?
Don't know, Gene Jenkins.
Don't know.
Just want to just check that account for us.
No, I don't know Jenkins.
And that's not, let's have a look, 2 seconds.
Hangman order.
Oh, yeah, just block that.
Block
that, please. Gene Jenkins.
It's just taking a bit of that fucking divvy. You know, we all know who it is. We're not even going to mention the clown's name.
No.
We're not even going to mention the name. So there's no credence to them no more, I'll say. So we're just going to get on with our stuff. So, yeah, he lost an eye. A lovely man. But that Harry Clegg, what you were talking about, his memory was unbelievable. He was telling the stories from the old days. But then the other one got up and said, listen, let's get this right. Sit down, you. He started telling the story. He said he doesn't like people to know because he's very humble. He said he got, I think it was 4, 5, 6 players. He went into that fucking carriage where it was on fire and dragged them out. Remember?
Yeah.
A bravery, unbelievable. Irish lad went into the place where all the Busby babes got killed, loads of them. Duncan Edwards was the greatest player, and he went in that aeroplane and it was on fire. The whole fire was on. They were saying, no, you're going to get killed. And he still went in and pulled people out of it.
Aww.
Brave man. He's passed away now. But then this is Redcar, my place, when the races on Witherspoons was rammed a few weeks back, all having a breakfast. Yeah, I used to work there in, is that Lemmy? Yeah, Lemmy, I used to work on Leo's, as you know. And I used to go, I first went in, I went to the door and there was a lad called Jeff Robinson, and he lived in the Rose Garden on the race course. And I got a job in the race course, but I was allergic to horses, so I couldn't go near the horses. So what we used to do, me and my Uncle Tam used to go down. I got a bike for 20 quid, a red racer. And the one man said, you've scored here, son. So I took it in to get fixed up with it. A few things needed doing, like the spokes and that. He went, that's a £200 bike, son. You've got, how much do you pay for that? It's 20 quid, or you've scored here. It was aluminium, the frame. I didn't know about bikes. Anyway, I just fucking had the bike, and I used to go over my racer. And I used to come down. So I got a job in the gym because I was working in the gym at 18. And I worked for Anthony Burke, a lovely lad, ex-army lad, Tony Bucco's friend. I worked in there, and we all trained together, all of us. And there was like Peter Ayton, he was like Franco Colombo, and there was Terry Cooper, he was like Arnold. So them two were like the top, and I looked at them and I was like, you know, like thinking, wish I could have a physique like that. I'd love to get like that. So I was nowhere near like them. Probably about 12 stone when I went there. Anyway, I've been trained since I was a little kid, 13, but not doing it right. I'm doing loads of reps, thinking you get big, you don't. So anyway, I started going there. Changed with Jeff a few times. My Uncle Tam used to come with me, and Tam used to like a drink. Sometimes he wouldn't turn up, so I'd go myself. So I learned how to do like 3 sets of 10 bench press, 3 sets of 10 dumbbell flies, 3 sets of 10 incline, and maybe pec deck or something to finish with. So I did that routine for about 6 months, and I started piling my weight on. But in them days, it was like £100 for a tub of protein. You had to get it from America. It was a fucking fortune. So there was a ladies' night we used to have on, but there would be like couples, like the husband and they'd both be overweight. And I said, right, what you need to do this. So I used to train this man and woman, lovely lady and lovely man, and I trained them. But they had a farm where they had chickens, and they used to sell eggs. So eggs, I've got all the amino acids you need in them. They're fucking brilliant. And with only being 18, you can eat as many as you fucking want, really. So I used to have 30 eggs a day. So I used to buy them off them. I used to get 30 in a tray, and it was a pound a tray. So I used to give it like the £7 a week to get them. So it cost me £7. And the protein, something like 8 grams of protein in each egg. So I'd have like my little pal come out to see me, eating savage Scottish lad from a Rangers supporter. Out from me a Celtic supporter. I didn't fucking bother me on that shape, but and he'd come and go, what the fuck are you doing? I went 6, 7, 8. Is that 8? And I was fucking 10. 10 fucking eggs, and I'd have 4 slices of toast, and I'd have 2 bananas, and then I'd put bananas in, and I'd make. I'd go to the used to be able to buy a protein drink in the health shop for £1. So we used to go to not the health shop there, the gym. So we used to go to the other gym. I'll go to the other gym in a minute. So we're at this. It's called the Chapel Gym because it used to be a little church. It's like a bungalow now. And neither works. I think it was the gas works. It was near, and I trained there. So next door to it is the race course. So anyway, I got a job in the race course. I went down. This man went, "What do you want to do, son?" I said, "Whatever." He said, "Well, you can park the cars, say 8 o'clock till 10, but I want you to do. Could you come back at say 12 or whatever? Because I want you to do from 12 till say 6. So 12 till 6 was when you have like a race on the race course and there's a photo finish or a steward's inquiry, you have to have the camera. So I would do the cars, get all the cars parked. So I'd go to the gym and train a couple of hours in the gym, going on the town, something to eat, come back, whatever, and 12 o'clock, and then the first race to say was off at 12. So Redcar is one of the only race courses in the country, a mile long, full mile long it is. So I've gone there, and he says, right, what you need to do. So there's a race course, Lemmy, a few from you know what I mean. There's a shop, always been on that road, Lemmy, West Dyke Road for years, a little shop on the corner. Jimmy Sharples lived next door to it. So when you look into the course, they used to have buildings on there, like buildings. So one was maybe 20 feet. And then you climb up. I used to have to climb up this ladder, 20 feet. And then I'd walk along the ledge of the building. And then I'd climb another 20 feet to the other top, about 40 feet. And the man be there and he'd be taking the photo finishes and he'd give me the camera thing. I'd take it over where you took the photo finish camera. And in case there was a student inquiry, that was my job. So maybe every hour I'd have to do something. So I'd just sit there and I'd be eating food and just watching the horses from a distance and stuff. But I used to get £8 for that, and £9 for that, and £9 for the cars. It was £18 a day. Well, fucking hell, £18 a day back fucking hell when I was what? 18 was a lot of money to me. And then I got a job on the door. So I went and virtually knocked on the door. I said, is any jobs going? He went, yeah, there is actually. Can you fight? Yeah, I can fight. So he said, so it was called Leo's because the order was called Peter Lyons. So Lyons would be Leo's. But it used to be a pier years ago that got burned at the very end, got wrecked. So it was shorter. So we used to go in. Emma used to come and see me. And Emma lived on the seafront. So that's why I first met Emma, right on the very seafront, coming down the street. And oh, she looks nice. She stood with my mate, little Frankie Affen, he was about 60. I went, have you met Emma? I said, no. I have now. And then I got to meet Emma on the seafront over 30 fucking years ago, or 30 years ago, something like that. Yeah, so that's how I got to meet her there. And she used to come in the pub and see us, and we had to go out for the day and walks and stuff like that in the park and things like that, and just enjoy ourselves. But I worked there on the door, and in them days, let me tell you, Redcar was chocker. There was Leo's open till 1, Sharky's open till 1. There was the top deck open till 2. There was the one at the top pipe, Sandpiper open till 2. There was that other one I've just been on about, Rebels, that was open till 2. So there's like 5 nightclubs. And then there was George's, that was open till 2. That was 6 nightclubs. And then there was a couple of other things there, it was open till 1. So I had more nightclubs than Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough miles bigger than Redcar. Because what happened is, Redcar, all the workers from Scotland come down and start working on Seal Sands. Now on Seal Sands, they used to build oil rigs in the 1970s and that. So a lot of them stayed back and stayed at Redcar because there was loads of work there. And there was lacking me work. So God rest his soul, 92, I worked for my Uncle Frank and my Uncle John, all them worked them. So everyone had money. So when I used to go on the door on a Monday, we used to get a tenner a night. Right, a tenner a night. So it was, 10 a night was fucking good money to me. And I also worked for Mick Kirk. Mick Kirk used to have multi-millionaire, loads of houses in Redcar. And he used to have in Station Road, he used to have, you remember the old DVDs, Betamax and VHS? I used to work in there and I used to get £1 an hour. I'd do about 5 hours. I used to get to take 2 videos home every night. So I'd be on my bike, go to the gym, and go and watch the videos. And then get up the next day, go to the race course that was on. But the only thing with the race course day when you went on the door, fucking nightmare. So Frank, and you went on the door, it was on the daytime. So all the Geordies had come down from Newcastle, fucking 300 or something, bus cut, like 50 on each bus coach, or from Doncaster or whatever come. And it was always fucking trouble over this with them coming because they were in a gang of 50.
What about can you remember when the mods and
oh yeah, 1985, the mods, 3,000 mods turned up in Redcar. Have a look in the Middlesbrough Evening Gazette the day the mods invaded Redcar. Something it says, I think it was 2,000 or 3,000 turned up, and there were little Dean Smith, little cunt he was. He was in the gang. Redcar Casuals were called, little fuckers the way. I loved him a bit, like his dad Mick. Love me a bit. So last time I went out, there was Scoff and all them. And they went, you remember when we were little cunts, Brian? We said, Emma, we were little fucking cunts, and Brian never used to, as he always used to look after. We were only like 15, 16, the little fuckers that were getting into trouble like 20, 30 handed. And they went, here he is. And they were all clapping at me and coming in the pub because I was poorly. I'd just got out of hospital and everything. And we went to see Emma's brother and that. So everyone loves us in Redcar because all my family's from there, the same as Emma's family's from there. So we wasn't there, they're all talking, and that was great. But yeah, I used to work the door for years in Leo's, and I worked there. I worked, like I say, on the door, but you had to fight. So within one day, I don't know if I told you the story, I think I have, but I'll just tell it again. So I'm on the door, and I've got that blue and white top on, like a referee's top. It was blue here, and it had white stripes here. Like that was fucking it. There's little stripes down the other side. It was fucking beautiful, it was. And it was cooler than that because the Leo's was fucking boiling inside. I used to open the door and you could see all the steam well. And plus the other thing was, when you wear a white shirt, you go home, you can see all the brown all over you. What the fuck's that of? Smoke? Not smoke. And I think, look at that there and there. So I had to wash my clothes. I put them in there, a bit of whatever stuff in to clean them. And I'd wash them. I used to put them on. I had a line in the bathroom with a little fire thing. And they had a pin in the meter. So I didn't have to pay for it. But little tam drills a hole in the meter. And I'd done that. You can't do it now. With the fucking meters right now, but then they did. I used to put a little bit of black polish on that, and they come round and look at the meter. Yeah, fucking things you had to do it, didn't you, to survive? So I lived in a little 1-bedroom flat. I used to get up every day, open my curtains, and get up in bed and say, right, we'll do this and do this and that. So every day I'd have the 10 eggs, porridge, 2 bananas, I'd take, like, with us as well. And then I'd take fruit. Then I go to I was training at the gym. I was starting to get really big now. So they said, oh, do you want to work do you want to work here? So I started working, I say, in the gym. And I had to go there for 5 o'clock till 9. So I used to let me come in about 9:15. So on the way, I go to the gym on the bike, training yourself. I'd give them putting fucking weights back, because in them days they weren't kilos, they were 50-pound discs. So if you had 6 plates on it, it'd be 600. And the bar was £30 in them days, so it was like 600. I could do £630 on a bench, and that was every fuck I've seen me do it. And our other friend, what they call him, was the picture house. Des Conley went, him, that big bastard there. He said to him, he said, he nearly fell to the fucking floor, but he was squatting 7 plates each end. Now 7. This was like, these were kilos. These ones. He squatted over £700 in my gym. He said, because it used to be a fruiters, and he took it over, him and his brother. And I was squatting. He said he used to bench £500 for 10 reps. He said, never seen anyone in my life as strong as him. Every gym you go to, people will tell you in the North East where I've trained. I don't make fucking lies up. You just have to go to the gyms. They'll tell you Steel City, 2,000-pound leg press. Movers, 2,000-pound leg press. Looking, when I was in Libya, I had every single record in the gym. Every machine, every bench, squat, deadlift, upright row, dumbbell curls, dumbbell press, flies, anything. I had every machine. Brian Cockerill, such and such. Brian Cockerill. I mean, he was on every machine in the gym. Every single machine I broke every record in the gym. And you get these idiots going, he's full of shit. He's full of shit. He's full of shit. No, I'm not full of shit. Just some of these people who comment, like Bram said, weren't even around. They were fucking 5, 6, 7-year-old and commenting on stuff that I've done. So Bram tells the story. Was when I seen Brian Cockerill, Bram's one of the top fighters in the country. With his jiu-jitsu stuff and that, and he's wrestling, looks after all the kids. And he said, when I seen Brian Cockerill, I went, I want to be him. As soon as he seen me, he said, I seen him on the bus. I looked out and he had about £1,000 in his car. He went, I want to be him like that. He was a kid, he was only about like 13. And he started training because of me and Goosey, our friend Goosey, Emma, brought him to my house.
Yeah.
And said, can you help him get bigger? So he was about 16 stone at the time. Of course I can. So I started telling him what steroids to take, what food to eat, how to eat. And he went from 16 stone to 20 stone in about fucking 6 months, 8 months. Just jumped. He was benching from 2.5 plates to 4 plates. He said, that was the strongest I was ever been. He said, I was never stopped eating, but you said the more you eat, the bigger you get. And I did. You got a bit of a belly doing it, but you can always trim back down, but you got massive for the weight. But like I say, I used to work on the door. And when I worked the door, they used to have the Geordies come from Doncaster. These lads were from York this day. So there's 52 seaters, so there's about 40 of them come to the fucking pub. So we're in the pub, little Frankie Atherton's there. There's Peter Lyons, there's Big Craig, Big Bob, he was a fisherman. And there was Peter Lyons and Jeff, Peter Lyons and, what's he called? Phil Lyons, he was there. So this big lad come in about 17 stone. He was a kung fu with for karate over there. He went, all right, lads, and I went to the other side here because there was a little doorway you could go. Yeah, they used to show, get the Terminator when I was kicking off. Peter used to call me the Terminator on the door in this club. So I'm round the corner here, because I used to put my foot on the thing and I talk to people with my hand on the balcony like that talk. So they'd go upstairs, come in, and you pay £1 to get in. So he said, if you can punch me in the stomach and hurt me, you can all have a go. He's doing this fucking shit, holding his stomach, so he could punch him in the stomach, because he was like kung fu and all that sit-ups and all that shit. He said, if you punch me in the stomach, I'll pay for all these. Come in, I'll give you the full whatever price it is for everyone. It's £1 of money. He said, okay. So Jeff's gone up, bang. Peter's gone up, bang. This one's got bang. Now, anyway, another one's gone up. I think Big Craig, now. And then Big Bob, now it happens. He went, oh, see me, how a big fella, you have a go. He said, go on, Brian, have a go. How are we? I went, no, I'm all right, mate. I said, I was fucking, couldn't be bothered. I was wanting to eat my fucking food. I'd only been in 5 minutes. My food was upstairs. So anyway, he goes, oh, have a go, mate. So anyway, he gets like this. He gets like this with himself. So he's standing like this, up. And he's bent over like that, going, like that. Like, holding his abs hard as fuck. So I went, boom, right on the chin. And fucking sparked him clean out. I said, Dad, I didn't it. Fucking knocked him clean out. I didn't hit him in the belly. I went bang, right on the chin. And all his mates were fucking creased laughing with fucking drinks. I mean, it was absolutely hilarious. Anyway, we got him up and woke him up. Anyway, about 20 minutes later, he came home. He went, oh, I fucking deserved that. He was all right with it. I said, go and get yourself a pint. I'll give him a couple of drinks. I knocked him out. It was a fucking hilarious. Everyone, the place down the foyer where you were at, were laughing like fuck. Yeah, he was all into that kung fu karate right on the fucking chin. Yeah, but we had loads of laughs on the door, you know.
Neil Roberts is in. Oh, it's great hearing these stories. That's what we want to hear yourself as well. Neil Roberts, are you from Redcar? Did you used to work on dogs? There was a lad called Neil Roberts in Redcar. Worked on a dog, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. Worked all clubs.
Yeah, I used to work there. And then, if you remember, Neil, if you're from Redcar, there used to be the first rave club in the North East was called Fillmore's. And that was our friend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ian Smith.
Yeah.
We loved them, mate. I remember working for her. She used to do all the money for him and all the stuff in the bars and Rosie O'Grady's.
Rosie O'Grady, all free.
Correct.
My dad did his hair. His wife's hair.
Well, Emma's family are all millionaires, nearly all of them. But they're your one who was a professional golfer.
My mum used to spend her idea of money, because she had hairdressing shops now. She used to say, if you've got it, spend it. Like, you could be dead tomorrow, so I'll take after me mum.
But her mum was beautiful, stunning.
Yeah, absolutely.
My friend, who did my car, Bushby. Bushby said, he said, you think Emma's gorgeous? I said, yeah, you should have seen her mum. He said, when her mum walked through the pub, and her dad and that, he said, everyone would just stop and stare at her.
Yeah,
it's just like a model from like, the 70s, like the Elizabeth Taylor, so like a
she used to be appropriate, didn't she?
Yes, I used to go in there. I must have met her because I went in there when I was 16.
Both my brothers and sisters were all quite clever.
Yeah.
Because they're stuck at school.
Well, one's got a golf course, and I used to teach me golf. Yes, me and John Garland, and he was
they're all done well, haven't they? They've all just...
One's got Rosie O'Grady's in the pub. Is it Rosie O'Grady? Not Rosie.
I'm not even going to say it just in case.
Okay, I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, no, but they're all good people, aren't they?
Yeah. They've all got the stuff anyway. They've got golf courses, golf clubs and everything.
Two of them have got golf courses in North Yorkshire, haven't they?
Yeah, because you can't say fuck all because you get the divvies causing trouble. It's fucking terrible, isn't it? You can't even say things on your own fucking channel because you get clowns coming on talking shit. So I used to work on the door in Redcar. And the hardest part, it wasn't the hardest, it was great.
Let me out, can I just say, let me out as a black sheep, as you can tell. I never do anything good.
Chat, weird city. Neil Robson, thank you so much. Yeah, and Neil, so I worked with a lad like I say, Peter Aiton, a great bodybuilder. He competed. And there used to be a bodybuilding show, it's called the NABA, National Amateur Bodybuilding Association. I was in that. I competed in 1996 in the Mr. England 21s, and I come fifth. I think there was 7 or 8 people in the show. I think 7th. Lee Watt, got the pictures. He's lying. I've got the fucking pictures with the name in there. 1996, fucking Mr. England. And I'm lying again. They're fucking clowns, these people, aren't they? So anyway, I'm on stage. You can see me on the stage, and I was really young, like I say, and I never won, but I still competed in front of all them. About fucking hell, must have been 2,000 people at the show, big Gateshead Stadium. Cameras and all that. Anyway, I competed, and there was a lad, a bodybuilder, and he said, you were the best poser of the day. I was good, really good at it. I used to do all the disco dancing. That I used to love dancing. And I used to go to the top deck. Now, there used to be upstairs for normal dancers and downstairs for all the good dancers. And you couldn't go on the floor unless you were good. And I used to do all that moonwalk, like Michael Jackson and John Black and Cookie and John Watson and Bernie and all them used to watch me dance. I was fucking brilliant at dancing, really good with my feet. That's how I was such a good fighter, because if you can dance, like Doco was a great dancer. He used to do all that disco dancing, and he was a great fighter. So all the ones who can seem to dance all seem to be great boxers, because all boxing is dancing, really, when you think about it, because you're moving around on your feet. So it gives you balance. But we used to go there on the night out. I used to go with Jimmy Parks, one of my Frank's best friends. We used to play football with our Frank, a really good player for Redcar. And we used to go out and we go like the top deck, and they used to have the Kentucky there. And the Kentucky was different to where it is now. They used to have ribs. We used to get these ribs with gravy. They were fucking beautiful. Me and Jerry used to get them all the time. And you get like a little box with ribs, and then I used to get a full tub, 10 pieces of chicken, 4 chips, two beans, I think. No, 1 beans and 1 corn on the cob. Jimmy said, "Are you eating all that, you big greedy bastard?" I went, "I'm fucking starving." I'd have it woofed a lot. And he would jump to my man. I was like, "Go on then." I could eat for fun, but no, because you train all the time. So anyway, I worked on the door in Leo's for quite a while, and then we had some mad fights in there and things like that. But I remember one lad fighting him. I was fighting him outside. He was throwing punches back and catching me a few times. Anyway, I dropped him. And the cop just come, "Oh, baby, be here, break it up, you. So you've gone your way, you go your way." Not like now, you fucking shout at someone or scream at someone, you get locked up. So in them days, the cops used to see you have a fight and just say, "Go on your way."
Someone's mentioning you when you worked in, they said, "Remember bumping into you, Brian, one night in a top hat? We bumped halfway up the stairs. I remember how big you were and like the way you apologised for accidentally knocking into me." Now, Frankie Afford told me the story when he first took you to the top hat.
Yeah.
He was telling me, he said, "Nobody go near it. There's absolutely hell on." And it was like a nightmare, wasn't it?
Oh,
it was absolutely
Little Don, our friend from Darlington, knows the top hat. That was the roughest pub I ever worked in my life. It was fucking full of. They used to come to the National Front. There'd be like 5 villagers, and they all had them red braces on, Dr. Martin boots. I was a fucking night. Then there was a motorbike who used to come from North Yorkshire. Yorkshire Johnny called him. He used to come. They ended up being friends with him. And it was like being in the cowboy days. It was fucking mad. Bottles getting bounced off your head and glasses going up.
He said, "I just knew to take Brian." He said,
"Yeah." I said, "Fucking took me." And that there's one night, Frida, who's Bernie McDevitt's missus. I want to get Bernie on. He'll tell you all the stories of what I'm telling you about. He'll tell you everything. He's seen me fucking have hundreds of fights. Anyway, I'm on there one night, and a big fucking traveller lad come about 6'6", a bit like Tyson Fury build, but not as big, with the same stamp. And he went, "We're coming in now." In them days, if it was a Sunday, if you had pine peas, you could stay up until 1 o'clock, but you couldn't serve after 11. So what people used to do was get the pine peas. It was £1, I think, pine peas, or pine beans if you had one, and you get that. And what they'd do, they'd always like 4 Bacardi and Cokes and keep it on the table, and then, or they'd have like 3 pints or something and put like a beer mat on the top to make it stop going stale or whatever. So I'm on the door with Gary Russell and Benny McDevitt, and I think it was little Tony Tapper. Yeah, great lads. All the Grangestown lads were the best lawmen to work with. They were all fucking tough. Anyway,
he said the top hat was a slaughterhouse, the NF lads from Chiltern.
Yeah, fucking mad house it was. And it was no knives out that, it was just all fucking mad as fuck. Anyway, so I'm on the door. So this lad went, "Oh, I'm coming in. I'm the best fighter in the northeast of England." I went, "You can't come in, mate." I said, "It's 12 o'clock. The pumps, the bar's shut. You can't get a drink. I'm coming in." I said, "You can't fucking get in." I said, "Well, you're going to stop me." So when you come in, you walked in, and there was like a bit, it went down a bit like that, like a dip. So it was like a they come down like that. I don't know why. It was like a fucking dip. So they built an extension.
Don't you think they always try it on more, even when it's Nightmare Place, try it on more without the town doorman as well?
Yeah,
that's what
they've done. They thought we were fucking divvy. So he said to me, "Who's going to stop me?" I said, "I'm going to stop you." I said, "Don't want to fall out with you. You can't come in. You can't get a drink. I can't do fuck all. You have to leave." So he was with another lad who was the best fighter in that town. Years ago, little fattish bloke. So anyway, he fucking come at me and I hit him, bang, right on the chin, and he hit his head on this piece. You know, the partition where it goes across. He hit his head on there, And behind him, you had to sign in, like, say, Tommy Smith S. Moore from Spennymoor. So you had to sign in. No, the reason why you had to sign in a lot of clubs because of the fire rules keeps people in. So there was a fire, so armies in and count them stuff. So anyway, I hit him. This shot fucking caught him. And I stepped back and I did that. And you had knocked him out like he was gone. Anyway, his legs completely went. So his mate jumped in and I grabbed him and threw him into the corner. And I got him in the doorway and I went bang, 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 the ribs. Broke his ribs and threw him out the fucking door. So this other one's knocked out in a bad way, got fucking gone. 6'6" or something it was. Found out later on he worked in Darlington on the door and he was a top fighter. I won't say his name. But he was in Street Fighters, top say one of the great Street Fighters of all time. I was 22-year-old when I beat him. I destroyed him. Anyway, I was on the door. John Black was working with us. Cookie. This is about 2 or 3 months later. Big red Jaguar. You know them Jags like Dennis Waterman and Minder had. One of them pulled up. So I seen me had a big fucking beard full of gold on. I knew it was him. And I seen the shotgun coming out the door, out the window. So I just ran fucking and bang, hit it with my foot and the window popped and smashed. And they spun off, they just fucked off, they were trying to blag me. Anyway, the fucking, later on, another lad couldn't fight me there. So I'm on the door and he comes I went, good night, lad, I'll see you soon. So I always do this, like shadow boxing me. He went, why, what you don't hurt yourself? Cocky, I hate the cocky cunts. They got knocked out more than anyone. A few times, you only come in being clever cunts, cocky, cheeky. So what you been horrible for? I'm being nice here. I'm letting you in for nothing. I'm entitled to come in here. He said, I work for Viv Frame or the Tuxedo. Don't give a fuck if you work for fucking the hardest man on the planet. I'm not fucking bothered. Anyway, he had 3 dormers with him. They all had them bolero jackets, you know, them little ones. They were all bodybuilders. And as most bodybuilders, they can't fucking fight. They're all fucking stiff as fucking boards, you know. They're not all like Papa Robinson. So anyway, he's come in. Anyway, I hit him. I hit the other one. The 2 of them dropped. And I grabbed the other one, hit him. And the other one, no, I never said no. All they had to do was be quiet and come in. Are we all right to come in, mate? I said, yeah, no problem, lads. Dorman, free, you let Dorman in. But when they're cheeky cunts, that's when I used to hit them. I couldn't stand it. More slabber bastards. And I'd be polite and be nice and courteous and they'd think you're a fucking idiot. Or I'd bump into somebody and say, sorry, mate, that was my fault. Yeah, you fucking, I know it is. And I'd go, bang, fuck off, nut him in the face or something. I'd grab the cunt, nut him. And I had more fights with cocky cunts. I hate ignorant, rude people. I was never, ever, ever nasty to people. I was always nice. Yeah, it was like the slaughterhouse, yeah. So it was called the Top Hat then. And there used to be a little bar downstairs. And there used to be 2 big fat lasses used to come. They were fucking huge, massive. But coming new double doors, Cookie was a cheeky cunt. He used to call them double doors. The reason why we called them double doors because he had to open both doors to get them in the fucking pub. They were that big. I used to help them get up the stairs and they'll grab their arms. So get me arm, lads. Come on, you'll get me arm. Help them up the stairs. Lovely ladies, right? But they were fucking huge. And they used to come every night. They were always in there. But polite, very polite ladies, and always nice to people, having a laugh and having a joke. But like you say, some people you can take kindness as a weakness. I remember being in another club in Redcar in Manhattan's Powerhouse. I used to be in there. That was like Happy, they called him. Asian lad run it, and I used to eat. Lee Little's been on here, Mr. Britain, and overall Mr. Britain, and fucking he won the free competitions on that day. He won them all. He was the best bodybuilder in the country.
Autistic Man said there, he knew them Chiltern lads. Main one was Edda, and they all still have flags in the back gardens. Drive through Chiltern, you will see him. Edda's brother runs a pub there now, and they do loads. For
you should do Autistic Man. Come and pick us up one day and we'll have a run through, mate, and see.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Be great to see. Remember the time I battered you all? So,
no.
We'll have a laugh and then they'll say,
yeah,
they'll tell the truth. I've been in pubs, listen to this. The wrecking crew turned around and said to Kev Kilty, he said, fucking dibbies us, you know, said, we thought we could fight fucking Brian. He said, we came in fucking 11-handed. He said, we all got fucking sparked. He said, we're not, nearly every one of us are unconscious.
Be a great podcast,
he said, he's punching us and fucking just knocking us out. We were trying to hit him. He just moved to the side, look over there. He's like that. He's like all over the fucking place. He said, so hard to fight him. He said, we tried it. He said, I had 3 goes with him. He said, I got my jaw broke 3 times. But he's about 18 stone, about 6'4". Nice kid. Gilly, they call him. Lovely lad. He was just too good. He was just too good. He was fucking skillful at everything. His hand speed, everything. He said, we're hitting him with fucking chair legs and everything. He was just going, come on, you fuckers. He just wouldn't give in. He said, we tried with 11. We tried with fucking 17. We beat him up 17 of us. Then the fucker turned it on us. Then come looking for us. I got out the 17 and I got 18. I don't know why I got 18, but it was only 17 got me. But I ended up getting 18. I broke 18 jaws out of 24 that used to come. And one of them I broke his jaw twice, and another one I broke 3 times.
In them days, everyone does that properly. If you see them now, Derby Sound. So Artistic Man Brian wants you to come and get him to take him there.
Yeah. So these are different people. These are wrecking crew from these are wrecking crew, different people. These are from Norton. Yeah, totally different. They're from Norton. So they run all that area. And they went there. Like Emma said, got fucking out of town and coming here, taking over here. So I'm on the door one night, and I'm fucking stood there, and they went, "We're coming in." I went, "No, you fucking not." And there was 7 of them. So I've hit one, bang. I've hit another one, bang. And come on. And there's a couple coming at me. And I just sidestepped him, went bang, hit him again, dropped him. So I've dropped 3 there. And then I've gone over another one. And the one went, no, I don't want outdoor. And then the other ones ran off. So there was like 7 of them. I think it was 4 or 5 I dropped, sorry. And then the cops pulled over. 2 cops got out and went, "Hey, what's going on?" He went, "That was unfucking believable." He said, "I've seen it, but I said, if I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it." And because I was an exceptional fighter, I can't. But you get people like Mike Tyson. Look at the fighting, how good he was. I'm not saying I'm as good as him, but I'm in the street. It's totally different. So I was that big and that strong and powerful. People couldn't put me down. I was just too strong. And I'd beat them. They'd come over and then they'd come back and come. We got fucking wrecked there. Manhattan sacked bar, main cause. Her boots were so small.
It was that Debbie. Can you remember? It wasn't because of that. They blamed her. She tried to get Happy and Valley done for that, saying that that's what it was over, and then she tried to say it was sexual assault, but it wasn't. It was just she was off a banner, and there was other stuff going on as well.
Yeah. So when I worked on like I say, it was in Peter Rose there this night, and this lad come in, he went, "Oh, he was with Goosey because he'd been out with Goosey. They'd been out in the day, and they were on ecstasy and coke. He was Goosey's friend who worked for me. He used to do the little things." So I'm in the club and I comes in. Peter's, "Oh, big fella, always made a fuss at me, always kissing me. Fucking love me a bit, Peter." He said, "I love you, no." I said, "I love you." Peter O was like, you could you'd know for a fact he was like Ernie Buick. You could get off your head, know for a fact you ain't going to get slide punched in the face or you ain't going to fucking hit it with something. Peter was one of them who said, "Right, Conker Woods tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning. Conker Wood, you'd have up there, he'd knock you fucking out. He'd knock you fucking unconscious." He was brilliant. He was about 13 and a half stone, and then he went on the gear a bit, had a few steroids. But I thought he was better when he was 13 and a half than 15 and a half because I think he was a lot faster and quicker. But he was an exceptional boxer, like fucking really, really good. Now his brother Anthony was even better than him, and Anthony was only little, but Anthony was a schoolboy champion, ABA schoolboy champion, fucking class. Anthony could have been world class. He was world class, but he lost it a few times with bits and bobs he used to take, like same as me. But he could have been, honestly, like fucking, like Mayweather type of fighter. That's how fucking good he was. Unbelievable. And all the others, Tommy was the same. Tommy O, old Tommy O, when you ever met him, was a lovely lad. Met him in Henry Africa's. He could fucking fight. And then there's young Tommy O. He could fucking fight. Tommy
and
O.
Charlie.
He said, Charlie's what, 17. Charlie, he took Charlie. He's fucking hand speed. That kid is fucking exceptional. I will put my life on in the next 2 or 3 years. He'll be the best fighter in the Teesside, without a shadow of a doubt. He's like Lee Duffy, Brad Cockerill, Peter all mixed in one. He's got everything. He's got the power, his speed, his aggression. He's got that. They've all got that thing they owes. Where their eyes go fucking black, same as mine. Now that fucking where they go fucking psychotic.
I say to Thomas, Stop looking like you're beaten. And he says, "What do you mean? What do you mean? Am I right?" And I say, "No, you've got that blackness." What
I do is my eyes go pure black. You can't see the white. So that's your anger and raging.
You do it as well, don't you?
Yeah, and I'll go like fucking. She'll go, "Behave, you. I know what you're up to." Well, no, I'm getting annoyed with some stupid bastards. And it was her, Carol, and Maria a couple of months ago taught me how to do something to some scumbag. And I thought, fucking glad because I'd have been up fucking jail now. But the girls control me better than my sister. My nieces and people like fucking Maria and people like that, and Emma and Carol. If it wasn't for them,
I'll lock you in the door. And
she fucking locks me in. I feel like a shit house. A shit house in the house. She's going, "I've been open the fucking door." I'm screaming at people. Go, "Oh, he's bullying you." I wasn't bullying her. I'm trying to get out to fight people, and she's keeping me in. So I'm raging because I want to get out there because I'm a fighter. She said, "Yeah, but you're fucking virtually paralyzed. Can hardly walk."
Yeah, but even Stephen says agreed with me the next day. He said, Right, don't even attempt to go outside.
He
They're
said,
going to try when you're
he
over.
said, no, he didn't say that. He said, they were going to shoot. He said, they could shoot you. They've seen you come out twice. Next time, they could be waiting with a fucking shotgun and shoot you. He said, the last thing I want to see is fucking burying you. He said, Steve says, he says, I know you've got it still. I know it's in you. You'd never leave you. I've fucking seen you destroy people. I've been with you. You've got nothing to fucking prove. He said, at the end of the day, the shithouses won't meet you one-to-one, throwing firebombs at your house, cowardly bastards.
So I was locking him in, and that's why, hence why he was shouting at me, let me out the fucking door and all that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Because
always people, always fucking
twisted,
horrible cunts.
But I just didn't want to go out. I don't know.
Me now, since we've been together in 4 years, we've never been apart. We've been together. She never ever leaves my side because she knows obviously we've had trouble. She won't fucking go because she knows I'll go outside, and she thinks I'm not going to leave her. I can stop him getting killed.
And that's the reason why I've been sleeping downstairs since some attacks. So
I won't go out that door, no matter it's 1,000 people in the front.
And even though I panicked like hell, even my first thought was lock the door and just put the key down my top in that.
Yeah. And then the next time she did it, I was exhausted. I've been up waiting for them coming. And they're going to come. I'm going, oh, fuck them. I'm raging me. Obviously, I can do a lot more now than I could 3-4 months ago because I'm getting there now. But she locked me in because I was knackered and I took a tablet. But the doctor gave me what I take, and I fell asleep on the bed with Eli. So the next minute, I could hear him. All this fucking noises in me. What the fuck? Eli, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to sleep here. And Emma had got in the shop with Bobby, so they've got in the shop to get some provisions, as she calls it. And I'm in bed because we're running out of milk and bread and stuff. So she's gone walked round the shop, and I'm in with little Eli. So I'm on the bed with the baby and sleeping. We'll call him the baby. He's our baby. And the next minute, I'm Brian, your house is on fire. I'm going, fucking house is on fire, man. When I woke up, I could smell smoke. So I've looked out. The lad next door, another lad. I didn't even fucking say thank you to him yet. So I'm going to have to see them. The balcony, the man next door is a lovely, lovely man, his wife. He's come out with the fireworks thing and putting the fire out. My house was on fucking fire. So the scumbag shit houses threw a firebomb. It hit the roof, and my car hit the bonnet, and then it went. The petrol leaked out. That was in like a bag, and it leaked out the bag, and it went under the garage and set the garage light. Now on my right side is the tank where your gas is in, but next doors is in the same thing, but 5 or 6 feet that way. So if my gas tank would have went up in there, I'd have been killed in the house. He said, and also. Your car on the front and the other car, the 2 cars there, they went up. So he said to the coppers, you need to do your fucking job. This has been going on for 3 years. It's disgusting. He said, this is the second fire letterbox I had to put in. And also, he said, if that car went up, that boiler, gas boiler, theirs would have went, and this whole block here would have been flattened. The fatalities could have been catastrophe. You need to do your job. Maybe the fireman told him off. And he said, how have we got here faster than you when we're in fucking big massive vehicles and you're in speed cars?
Can you put something else straight while we're on it? Because everyone's thinking like Bobby's like vulnerable and very timid and all that, right? Bobby is one of the most dangerous when he loses his temper, right?
Is out there, well, if you see him on the video, you see him out of the front.
Big love Bobby and all that, like you said,
no.
Bobby's more switched on than us lot are.
Yeah, you destroy you.
Bobby can turn on a sixpence.
If you have to have a fight with him, you're going to have a nightmare with him. I'm telling you now.
Bobby's not totally disabled. Bobby's got his own.
Bobby's down with the police. It's just most
dangerous.
Bobby's down with the police. West of me, he's down because he's obviously trying to axe people and hit them with axes and fucking stab them up and stuff. He's down. It's extremely dangerous. When the police come from him, it's that response come.
But what people say is like Michael says was spot on. What did he say? He came in here and he seen Bobby doing that with his jaw, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he said that's through the depot injection.
Yeah, that's what it gets, yeah.
Bobby isn't in a vulnerable state or anything like that. That depot injection keeps Bobby chilled.
Yeah.
Right.
If he doesn't have that tablet, see that night when the daft cunts come, he'd have went out there with a hammer and stubbed the skull in and walked in there, got a sandwich and just sat down at it. Psychotic. He is psychotic.
Please, let's get this straight.
Yeah,
Bobby has got difficulties.
He's got no fear.
For 30 years of his life.
Yeah.
All different jobs and everything. Being around Brian.
He worked in a crisp factory. He worked for me on the security for like 10 years. He worked in he's worked on the door with me. Me and Bobby worked the doors. We had 15 doors. And just me and Bobby worked the door. And I was 48, I think, at the time. He's 3 years younger, so he was like 40, 45, was it? and we went the doors. We went these doors all over Teesside where no one, like Grove Hill, would go. The Grove Hill lads went on the door, and they went from out for Sunderland. They all got stabbed up, all 5 of them on the door. It was New Year's Eve, so they couldn't get Brian Cockerill. So Punch Robson Solicitors contacted me because Cameron's Brewery, they've got, and Wendy, they called the lad, one of the Woody's relations, she ended up, she was the manager of all them. So I'd done that, and they used to pay me on a Sunday.
Yeah. And
there was no trouble. And if Bobby was there, and he just grabbed you and fucking behave, and he'd tell him to shut up, and that was it.
The last thing about Bobby, because I was saying, I felt sorry for like Bobby. Bobby was straight out the door with you, wasn't he? Because I
wouldn't even go on about it.
I know, but it was
not vulnerable.
It was me who had the breakdown over it and the anxiety and all that.
Put it this way: if I was going to have a fight, I'd rather have a fight with fucking Mike Tyson than him, because he will kill you. He will fucking kill you, and I mean kill you. He doesn't give a fuck. He just goes mentally fucking crackers when he has a fight. So when I got pulled over, and I was coming back, that he's extremely dangerous with weapons. I've never had a weapon in my life. I went, oh, not you, your brother. Oh, fucking hell. I didn't know. I didn't have a clue how bad he was. He did somebody with an axe, and then he fucking took their head off, took his ear off. That's what I'm saying. These little maggots here. He got out there and said, I'll take the fucking head off the me. Because he loves me. Obviously, I've looked after him all his life, and he's looked after me. So he would rather die with me than fucking sit there and watch. But you see him on the front, both of us are out, and you fucking shout your scumbag to them. They won't fight because they've run away. Anyone can throw a firebomb at somebody's house. Let's see you meet me on a fucking, in a cobble somewhere. Meet me in a tarmac. You fucking shitbags. But you wouldn't, would you? Because you like to throw fucking shitty fucking things at people's houses. They can run away like little cowards. But we're still here. We're still here. Still standing. And we're all fucking family. We're a family that stick together. We don't run away and hide in little police houses and shit like little cowards. We stay in our own house and stand there till the death. We don't back down to no one. None of us. Eli doesn't back down. Emma doesn't back down. Emma will not back down to no fucker. And as for anyone bullying Emma, I'd like to fucking see you, because I'll fucking tell you what, you get the biggest fucking eye in your life. The thing is with me, I'll take so much fun, Brian, so I'll be very, very quiet. But then when I explosion, it's right, time to run. It's the worst explosion you'll get. It's time to run. It's that's what somebody said. Somebody went, oh, bullying Emma? Are you fucking joking? Our Leanne. Your mate Leanne. Oh, what did Michael say? He said that. No, he said, so we're doing a deal just for the bits and bobs of stuff, not drugs, just a deal in the house. Mr. Bloom stuff, you know, the oil stuff he gets in that. So she's going, I'm going, shut up, yo, fucking call you now, fucking. She went, no, I want a better deal than that. I'm going, you fucking shut up. And he went, I like her. She's fucking class. She's got more balls than you, Brian. Fucking hell. So she got him down from, say, £10 a bottle to what, £8 a bottle. He went, you might as well just take the fucking out. I'm giving it away. He said, stick with her, she's been. And the reason why I'm poorly with my nerves, because I've probably seen more horrification things than what most blokes have been through and dealt with it, haven't I, Brian? Yeah. So, but yeah. As a fucking all this shite, this is happening, that's happening. Me and never fucking split up, been together fucking all them years. Never left my side. The only time she's ever left his house a couple of times, which is go shopping. And I'll take Bobby goes with his depot. And she goes, hey, Chris Curry, my friend, who's my brother, who I saved from getting killed. Oh, that's all life. So Chris, come on, put the record straight. Brian Cockerill saved my life. I would be here today if it wasn't for him. He tells everyone. So that was all put to bed, you know. And then, this happened. So I got somebody else on. Then I got Kev Kilty on about the other one. Oh, he's lying about the lad from Manchester. Kevin said he's not lying. Brian knows them all. He was in jail with them. So then we got fucking the Iceman thing. That was all lies we were told. We got him on. So every time somebody called me a lie about something, I get somebody on to verify the story was there. Or people like your good selves, like people like Lemmy and that who know. I don't fucking make things up. If I was making them up, Pete would know, because you've been around that long. I mean, my first book was 2004, and no one's ever come forward and said, oh, he's lying there, he's lying there. It's only started, obviously, since we had that idiot we got rid of recently. But we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. Bobby's extremely dangerous. I'm not joking. Trust me. Before I have to write it out to Donna, right? Because I'm just asking Donna there. I said, I think it is Scorpio, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. But I'll sit and take a lot, but I don't forget. But the best part about me is because I'm like cool when I'm retaliating to someone, Anna Brian. I don't need to scream and shout or do anything like that. But I've taught her to throw a left jab and a right hand over the top, and I'm telling you now. I've had lads 40, 15 stone that can't hit as much power. So their legs are like fucking tanks. And I mean tanks. She was trained Olympic swimming trainer. at Billingham's Baths every fucking. You get up at 3 in the morning, you have to be there at 5 o'clock, being there 2 hours a day, 5 days a week training. And then she was doing all the weights and everything, and she was running on the fucking beach and everything. So she is fucking super fit, believe me. And her arms and the strength's unreal in it. I'm not joking. She used to get Scrappy and just pull him 10. He was 10.5 stone. Scrappy, and she just pull him. Come on, you, and he just does his tools. But yeah, we're 100% sound, guys. It's just other people would love to split us up because together we're a unit. And we're sound as a pound. If you split up, then you're fucking daft because it's over other people's bullshit. He said, she said, she said, he said. None of these things have got facts. We're all fucking shit.
So
getting on.
All the people in that chat. So what we were saying last night was Brian's favourite things to talk about, and I didn't realise how many adverts that were on telly because half the time I was not watching them, I think. But Brian's favourite adverts from the olden days, I'll say. The olden days, because it was nearly, we were getting on a bit now, aren't we? From the olden
for your
days,
fucking self. I don't know what you're on about.
Was Woolworths, wasn't it?
Woolworths was Have a Lovely Christmas at Woolworths. Family.
And he made me watch it on YouTube.
Family. Do you remember Jeff Capes and all them? And Era was Bonnie with a black with a little mole in her face. She was a brilliant dancer, and she was in Wuthering Heights. Cape thingy, Bush, all them are in it. She's in it.
That's the only person I've ever heard say Kate Bush was funny.
Right, Bonnie, she was a fucking model, wasn't she?
She was me.
No, she was fucking brilliant.
So does anyone know any adverts?
She was a fucking thingy, pin-up girl in the 70s. Used to have pictures of her in Woolworths. And
Yellow Pages one.
Kate Bush.
Freedom likes the Yellow Pages one.
Oh, the Yellow Pages. You know why I like that one? I like yours. My name is. When I was a kid, I used to watch it. You go, have you got a book by J.R. Hartley? No. Have you got a book by J.R. Hartley? No. I can't find the book, love. No, actually, okay. Try the Yellow Pages. Have you got a book by J.R.? Yes, we have. It said, what is your name? He goes, J.R. Hartley. I said, I'd love to be able to do that. So later on, I had a book out. So I said, have you got a book by Brian Gerard Cockerill? She went, oh, yes, we have. What? She then went, Brian Gerard Cockerill. And Bobby was laughing his head off. We went to Billingham and done it in there. And
he likes Bristol, but Weed City said the best adverts for me were White's Lemonades.
I can't remember that one.
Carol Curtis said Woolies Christmas ads were great.
Yeah, they were class. It was like a thing, Carol, wasn't it? It made you dead warm at Christmas because you knew Christmas was coming. The adverts make you happy because there was big Jeff Capes in there. It was lofty and all that, and ain't half hot, man.
Ollie Watty's in. He said
he loves them.
Brian knows them all. We've been down the decades with ads and TV shows.
Yeah.
Right, Lee Watley, what's your favourite ones?
There's that many.
Jeff Capes comes to mind.
Yeah.
School. Fucking huge, man. Okay, your school gaffer. Yeah. Cookie. Ad.
I used to like.
Mountain for a bag of shoes.
Yeah, I tell you what he said. He's going, can you go up there and put that in his course? I'll go up there. He said, I'd climb a mountain for a bag of tuna. He said he will do because the lift's out of order, so it's about fucking 30 fucking floors up or something. That was a Geordie advert, that. And then there was that other one. I like to move it. Remember the cow? The advert, it jumps all over the big cow. I like to move it.
And Carol Curtis liked, because she's from Scotland, obviously, my favourite was for the Scottish Bluebell matches. I'll have to have a look at that on YouTube. We get them all up sometimes, don't we, Brian?
Yeah, what I do, I go 1980. I tell you what was a brilliant one, was fries, turkeys, delight, when he chops it in half, the woman with the black hair. He's a prince and she's a princess in the desert. That was brilliant, that one.
Oh, I like that Smash one as well.
Smash Get, Mash Get Smash, it was called.
Nobody remember the secret lemonade drinker.
I can't remember that one.
I will have to watch it on YouTube.
I'll have to look at it. Do you remember them fucking Petulia? There's a man down there doing a country dance.
I like Caramel, where that lovely deer, what was it, the animal had the lovely long eyelashes?
Yeah, the rabbit.
It was beautiful eyelashes.
And it was tell you what, it was the rabbit, the tortoise and the rabbit race. And he went, take it easy with Cadbury's Caramel.
Yeah, and the rabbit used to flick its eyelashes.
Yeah, people were in love with that rabbit.
I love the rabbit.
No, I don't know what they thought. That's a nice rabbit. Telling you the way, and that Jessica Rabbit, the thing you want, the cartoon. People were in love with them.
You look up the ad for Scottish Bluebell matches. It really is brilliant. Oh, we will Carol Spinal's adverts, and I'm sure Lee Watley will. If anyone doesn't know, Lee Watley's a marvelous person. He's a great.
He's the author of my book.
Magician. I meant to say
musician. He plays the guitar out of this world, and he sings in bands. His actual brother was in a band, and they were massive. They got £1 million contract from Australia, and they sang, and the song's brilliant. What they sang. I Get Up Again. I think it's good. And it's brilliant. It's about Manchester United. He loved Man United. He was a football fan like me, but really talented. His brother, really intelligent lad, lovely lad. But Lee's really good with the guitars. He can play classical, anything. Unbelievable guitarist.
And he's also doing Brian's book. So
he's also been an author for Penguin Books. Penguin Books is the biggest book company in the world, and he's written for them, and he's got awards off massive book companies saying these books are unbelievable. And my other friend from Manchester, he said, when you give him the book, when that other person who does the books, we don't want to talk about it, you dictate for him, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's what he puts in, where he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, miss that bit out, 5 and 6, 7, go to 8, 10, 11, and puts it together so it flows. So it's not just you talking.
Yeah.
So you might talk it, but it might not flow. So he puts it together like a jigsaw puzzle, and it comes out marvelous.
Yeah, marvelous. And his drawing is better. His Beatrix Potter drawings of the rabbits and stuff, I honestly think it's better than the Beatrix Potter ones. It's marvelous.
Well, when he was at school, I can't remember what it was now. He'd done something, but his dad, I think it was like Superman or something like he drew, Spider-Man or something. There was a tiny little fucking bit. He's one of them. He's fucking OCD. So his dad went, that is absolutely brilliant, son. His dad said to him, I'm not happy with it. He ripped it up. Fucking absolutely tiny little bit wrong, like a little hair out type of thing. I won't have it. He has to have it perfect. And I mean perfect. He'll go in the book. He'll go on, he does the books, and he'll take 2 or 3 years to do a book. But the book is sublime. Absolutely. Every book he's done has been top class books. They've been sold in the top shops, not just in that fucking tin pot fucking alley fucking pot book company. These are John Blake Publishing, who are one of the biggest publishers in the world. Lovely people. I've worked with them for years, but there's certain people I've tried to put a spoke in. And John Blake said to Lee, we've worked with Brian 5 or 6 times. He's a gentleman, a lovely man. He said, these won't be putting us off, but we've already proved now because we won the court case, we were telling the truth. So that was great to do that, because then he knows it's all bullshit. So they'll be working with us again.
Lee,
so it's great.
It's amazing. Incognito. Someone they got rid of him, but it says coke test. So I said, yes, we'll definitely do a coke test on the live for sure, won't we?
Yeah,
we'll do that. So
I'll
if you want to
test.
pay incognito, if you want to pay and get somebody to film us, right, we will do
anytime, any day you want.
A coke test any day of the week.
Any day, 7 days a week. I'll do 10 in a row, 20 in a row if you want.
Yeah,
there's how much confidence I am.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Yeah, so I would love to do that to prove them all wrong.
Go on, anybody.
Yeah,
we'll put it out there.
We know what that is. That fucking little moron. A little moron. I'll swear on her life, my brother's grave, my mum who's bad, my dad's bad, my nieces, my aunties, my uncles, a whole fucking family. I've never had no cold since 2020. Hold on. 4 years ago on the 20th of September, I think it is. August, September. 19.
Yeah.
I think it's 18 in it. I think.
I don't know how long we've been.
Yeah, I've had no coke for 4 years. Coming up in September the 20th, I think it is.
Autistic man said he liked the.
Sick there, mate.
Autistic man said he liked the. I've lost it now. But
Honestly, I'd love to anyone to come. I'll do the pee test. I'll do a saliva test. I'll do a hair test. You can have the lot because I've had no coke for over 4 years. It goes back 3 years in your hair. But if you want to pay for it, no problem. Even if you bring the little blue thing, I'll do it there where you can test my tongue. You swab me in my mouth. Bring an independent person with you.
Yeah.
Anyone you want, and you can do it any day, any night, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm back night martini.
Do you know what? I think that'll be a marvellous.
I've already said it. No, I've already said it. I've already said this about 100 times to the little weirdo. And it's him doing it. So bring it on, weirdo, and I'll do it. Because I don't take drugs like you. So
man from Del Monte, autistic man.
Oh yeah, the man.
But what was that other one that was like it was like dead singing and like not
I'll tell you what was good.
Oh,
Kiora.
No, but
Kiora.
Yeah,
Kiora.
And what was that other
It's
one?
it's not for you. It's for me and my dog.
What was that milky drink like Mungo? Not. Oh, I can't think of it.
No, I'm going to clue. I remember another great advert was. Hold on. I'll tell you what I miss, chocolates. Let's have a go over stuff you used to love. Do you remember the 5 centers? You got raspberry, orange, coconut, I think was it? No, not coconut. It was the white one. You know, the for ice cream. You got 5 centers. They don't fucking do them no more. They were beautiful then. And then you used to get. You remember them golden fingers? You used to get a golden cup finger. They were beautiful. You used to like a little finger, and used to bite it. It was beautiful them. And then you used to get Ritter spots. I don't know if they do them no more. They were good. There's things that you don't get no more. Like the toffos were mint. You got a strawberry one. You got the normal one. You got a banana one. They were beautiful toffos.
We used to discuss it on Bongo. Yes, that's the one.
On Bongo. Bongo was a place to the border.
Sure, Neil said.
Turkish delights. That's what I was on about. The fries, not fries, Turkish. And she used to be on the thing. She'd look at me, both beautiful people, the man and the woman, like princes and the prince, and he'd chop it in half with a sword. And it'd always be on about 10, 11 o'clock at night on a Friday or a Saturday when you're watching the horror films. Yeah, it was great. And then them other things used to be nice. What do you call them? Them lion bars. They still do them, I don't know. And then the other one that first came out when I was a kid, 1977. Mars bars were 3 pence each. That's how cheap they were. We used to go to the baths in Dorsey. It was 2 pence on the bus. Sometimes you just walk. 2 or 3 pence to get in the baths. And then you'd have like 10 pence would get you there and back on the baths and get you a bar of chocolate and a drink. And you used to get tip-top drinks. And you used to turn them round and bang them. I did it in assembly. And fucking Mr. Sadler gave me the cane. No, the Sancho across my fucking ass. 6 of the best I got. Because bang, dead loud, no singing. We shall overcome. And I went bang, the whole fucking place jumped. And I got fucking dragged out the assembly hall and cane. What do you call it? With the slipper.
Why? Because you were singing?
No, because I banged the fucking plastic thing and went bang, and it went bang.
Why did they buy you for that? With a slipper? I mean,
yeah,
I did you?
6 times. I got 6 of the best.
See, we never got that. Still.
No, we got everything about the cane. You fucking look for you've got.
I bet it's wonder people have started getting compensation for that now because they do it years later, don't they?
Hell,
no, but they do, don't they?
You used to get your hand out. When I was 5, 6, I got the strap at school for fighting. I was only 5 or 6 years old.
What? Each year?
Yeah, with the strap. It was a leather strap and they'd fucking whack you on the hand with it. You only used to get once. And then when you used to get the other one, you used to get
caned?
Yeah, I got caned. You got caned. And if you moved your hand, you got it twice. And then
did they probably hit you with it?
Yeah, fucking big cane, like a bamboo cane, but thick. Right across the fucking hand 3 times. And then you used to go, Mr. Sadler used to come out and he used to give you the Sancho, that fucking big rubber Sancho and rubber ones. And he'd come out and you'd have your trousers on and you bend over and you go, 1. I hit you 6 fucking times and your fucking cheeks were red raw. Terrible.
The worst we got was isolation. And the worst punishment I ever had was that woman Mr. Punching.
Who were fucking luxury. Isolation, I'd be fucking luxury. Fucking isolation. And he went, it's all that song. Same old backsides again. There was old me, Trevor Dawes. There was John Thingy. Remember he contacted me, said, I've just retired. John Robson. He lived in Westview Road where I lived.
You want to tell us something, do you want?
Yeah.
Hello?
You used to get the fucking Sancho right across your fucking half.
Yeah.
Crisp. Hedgehog flavoured crisp.
Yeah. I remember hedgehog flavoured crisp.
I can't remember the name of it, but I never fancied them.
What were you saying, Lee? Did you get beaten up there?
Yeah, you got fucking battered.
Well, we used to have to stay behind after the assembly and stay in the hall
fucking favouritism.
In the hall, right?
Pure fucking terrible.
We never got, I think we got lines, detention now and again.
Lines?
But the worst thing I ever had to deal with was our mum used to keep me off school, but make me pretend to me, Dad, and the school that I'd been nicking off. But I hadn't, she used to keep me off. And this Mr. Punching.
Fucking hell, I wish I had your fucking man. What a fucking man.
He was a school Bobby. And he used to come round. It was the most horrifying thing. It was worse than anything, I think.
That was fucking luxury. Lines?
Yeah.
And Mabel says, nick off school. Fucking hell, I'd love to live in your house. Fucking hell. Wait, yeah, Emma, nick off school.
She didn't send me to the shop for a gym.
Fucking hell. Is that why you were like gin? It must be in the family.
I always said I'll never drink gin.
Yeah,
I got to nearly
yeah.
50 and I drank it.
Yeah, fucking hell, you've made up for it.
Mother's brewing. Right, Lee. Brian wants to.
Oh, Carol Curtis went to the convent school. No, you're right, Carol, because my mum. Hey, Lee, son. Doing great, mate. We just keep it right, positive, like you told us, and keep the chat right, because we've got lots of celebrities, like you said. Nobody's going to come on when we're talking shit about idiots. So we've changed the narrative. We're getting the numbers of 123 people on here.
So we're going to have a chat with
and
you.
it's 91 thumbs up. Every night we're getting 150, 160 likes.
We're going to have a chat with you about revamping the channel and, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it sorted. We'll start getting on like Norman and all them again. Good people.
Yeah, be amazing. And
we'll get you on, Lee. We've got to get you on.
Yeah, we've got to get you on. I haven't even showed Brian all the pieces of the book you've done yet. You know, them little.
I know he's done loads because he's been sending me bits, but I haven't got a clue what he's on about. But he knows what he's on about because it's his game. But it's like fucking.
Yeah, Brian said you have to come on the podcast and you can talk about all the books and everything.
Yeah, he's fucking. What was?
We'll do a stream.
Lee, what was the award you got before? Where it was in the like a place where you got it.
What award did you get before?
For the book, and it was on the shelf in one of the shops. Your books have been on the shelf. Yeah, but that's
books on Lenny McLean, Bronson and I about Bronson's.
Yeah, but to be the London Book Fair, you have to be absolutely top of the draw to be in there. It'd be like playing at Wembley in football, like that type of thing. So to get,
he knows all the criminals, everything.
Oh, he knows them all.
Ones, yeah.
And he says there's only one Brian Cockerill. No, there ever will be. That's his opinion.
And I reckon yours will be in cans after this book's written.
I think we're going to try and make it. What he's trying to do, Lee, he's trying to make it in a 6-part series for a fucking Netflix. That's what he's trying to get now. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Right, okay, mate. Love you, Lee, son. Give you the best of Julie and everything, the kids.
Bye.
See, he's been awarded in the London Book Fair. His book was in the London Book Fair, where you go around where people make films out of them, and them type of places. You'd never get it on, like say W.H. Smith or like that. He was at the London Book Fair. I couldn't remember the name of it. So get on there. You've got to be absolutely outstanding. It's like going to Wembley to play football or whatever, or fighting Mike Tyson, the heavyweight title or something. That's this type of stamp Lee Walker is.
He's just said he'll come on, so it'd be great for you to have a chat, right, about stuff. So I'm going to pressurise Lee to do a StreamYard if you're listening still, Lee. Maybe next week and do a StreamYard with Brian.
And just let them know just tell people what we're going to be getting into and what we're doing, because it'll be lies of I do it. He's lying. He's made that book, mate. He's paid him. All the shit you get all the time, just crap. It's all going to be like they say. None of anything what the idiots say is going to affect me and Emma. We're just getting on with our lives, being professional. It's like somebody said to me the other week. He said, Brian, if somebody like say, you love the bits was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger would go and start talking about someone? Because I said, oh, you big daft cunt, or you're not even, are you full of steroids now? He would just go, okay, bye, and drive off. Now, you see, like Sylvester Stallone, I'm not as big as them, nowhere near, but he said, people who are professionals, it just goes in one ear and out the other. They're not interested because they're insignificant. So if you start talking about them, you're creating creativity for them and give them a platform. And that's what you do. So if you keep your mouth shut, say nothing, they'll just dry up and just float away to nothing. Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
But do you know, Mama, she used to let us off school. She was dead strict. So if I even said hell,
what she used
to wash my mouth up salt water.
What she said to you, put a shovel of coal in the fire and fucking strict. Like
no, she was strict. If I said hell's bells, I remember saying it with a swing ball in the garden. And my dad was saying, I bet you didn't say hell's bells, and she was listening out the window. And she came down and made me wash my mouth up salt water. Mm-hmm. I never used to swear to them at you. And then Joe's taught us like great manners and stuff, like don't open your mouth while you're eating and don't really do this, don't do that. So she was quite
the old school with the morals were better. And like we used to go to school and yes, miss, yes, sir. You wouldn't be cheeky to the teacher. You wouldn't fucking dare. You would not be cheeky to the teacher. You would just like Mr. Sadler was like an old school Borstal teacher. And he was like, he knew every trick in the book. Like, he had chewing gum, saying, don't just kick the bucket with you, like the bin with your foot. I know all the tricks.
Tell you what, I'm just going for it.
Yeah, I'll keep talking to you.
Jane, I won't be
You'll go and get your beverages.
So I can't believe you got back at school.
And me get back to school. Oh yeah, we all got back to school with fucking canes and
When
fucking
did you
also.
stop that then?
Oh well, it wasn't until later on, like late 80s, I think.
I was born 73, so I must have went to school about 73, 78.
Yeah, we only went to school 3 times.
No, actually, do you know why?
She was at school do you know 1973
why?
one day.
I know.
1974 one day.
Because I went for the first few years, I went to White House private school. Didn't I? What was run by the Quaker.
Yeah.
And I was the only pupil there.
That's where she got her roads.
But then I went to comprehensive.
That's where she got her roads off the Quaker. Quaker roads.
Oh, she was great, lady. Miss Bell, she was called.
Don't do a posh. She went to a private school, but you had to pay for it. I went to a school where you had to pay fucking dinner monies. Please line up the ones who don't pay for your dinner. You horrible bastards used to do me head in. Murphy's mum gone. Yeah, I used to like that Texan, bite it, chunky, chew it. Remember the Texan bar? Fucking lovely they were. Love them Texan bars. They've all gone. Loads of sweets, haven't they? They used to be out years ago. Spangles was another one. I didn't particularly like them, but you should get them at Christmas. Spangles. But them toffos were lovely. Ritter Sports, they were dear. They were about 60 pence each there. 3 pence for a Mars bar and 60 pence for Ritter Sport. I like the first came out, then I loved them. They were called Carol Edwards was right, the nuns were cunts, proper cunts. I'll get the devil out of you. I was fucking Irish or fucking Scottish. I'll take the devil out of you. And they'd cane you and whip you and fucking hit you with all sorts. My mum was in one, and they used to fucking cane them, and they'd hit them with a ruler across there, right across the hands, right across the knuckles. My mum used to get the ruler. You break your fingers. They were horrible, them nuns.
Oh, yeah, I've heard a lot about them. That place is terrible.
And then they used to get poor girls who'd been raped and stuff, and they'd be having the baby and go, "You should have kept your legs closed, you dirty little." And we'd call them everything and hit them. And they were horrible, horrible cunts. Poor kids being raped and stuff, and in a home where they took off the mum because they were pregnant, and they'd go missing for like 9 months and come back, and people would know they'd had a baby and give the baby away. It's fucking terrible. And they'd take the baby off them and make them like adopt the baby out. Terrible what they used to do. Fucking terrible. And the thing you've got, fuck off. So that Catholic thing's fucking terrible what they've done. Terrible.
Remember you swearing, Brian? Remember you
I'm fucking swearing. I'm not bothered.
You don't your mouth washing out with salt water?
No, fucking swear on here. It doesn't matter if you don't swear, not on here, because you always still you don't get any more points because
taking the mic because
you only get the yellow one every time I get on because I'm controversial. So to come on here, you'd have to talk about nothing, and you probably still you get the green one, which is the good one. But if you get a yellow one,
when Eli's on,
you get like if they're on his own plane, they'll get that, but you won't get it because you're talking or you swear words. But it's just YouTube.
Have you ever had your mouth washed out with salt water?
No.
Oh, it stops you from swearing.
Yeah, they won't be getting it. Belch was banned in Scotland 83. I said about 82, 83. When the belt we used to get, the cane was out.
I bet the cane was quite bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really bad. But I'd rather get the cane than the sand shoe because the fucking that just hurt your hand. That cheeks of your ass were fucking stinging. And you can see the cunt like sniggering, loved it. He used to have a bright beard. He was a fucking cunt. Horrible old cunt he was, Mr. Sadler. And then there was Mr. Bowman. He was all right. He was a cricket and all that below. But Mr. Pugh taught me the guitar and got me into going doing. I was in like plays and that. You know, I played Bill Sykes in Fagan, and I loved the class. You know, he was an absolutely brilliant teacher. He taught us.
Yeah, you always get one that's like.
He taught me to like the A, B, C, D on the guitar. So we used to go around the schools with the minibus, and we'd go into schools, and we'd go into like people, special schools, and we'd go into hospitals where old people were dying. We'd sing, and they sound like angels. And we used to go in the hospital, and then we used to go to the old people's home. There'd be like say 20 houses, and then we'd come outside. We'd sit outside. We'd play in the square, and they could sit on in the wheelchairs and listen to us singing.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good. It was really nice to help people like that. You know, who've got nothing. And you go home and
it cheers them up as well, especially when they've been in homes and stuff.
And like they say, what a treat today. No, we were doing singing, but it was nice to come away and think you've helped them people.
Yeah, of course.
But you get people who just fucking robbing old people, and that is fucking disgusting. How can you rob an old person in the street? Like these people that do it, I just can't wait them out, mate.
Oh, do you remember?
In our day, you know, you'd get your fucking arms and legs broken. In my day, when I was running the streets, I'd break the fucking legs. I'd break the fucking legs. Old women and 90-year-old getting that 93-year-old woman I saved when they were fucking selling the gear out of a window, and every day they were putting like a basket down and they were getting 20-pound stones and banging a window. I helped her, and you'd think I'd give her £1 million. You know?
There was a lady in the council office who Redcar the other week, and she was 85-year-old, and she'd moved to Colby Newham. I was going to try and get, but she broke down, so I was going to try and get the address and mention it to Steve, because so she said what had been happening. She said she was originally from Redcar, but she just broke down in my arms, and she said that her husband died and he was all shat, so she wanted to be near my husband, only the crematorium where he was buried, or the ashes, so she could go and sit with him.
Terrible.
So the only place she could get, and the kids round there, she said 15, 16, said they've been blowing trumpet things through a door, banging her doors, banging her bins, and she said I'm just so scared, and she ended up breaking down. And she was 85-year-old, something like that. I was absolutely gutted.
And what happens when they get 80 odd, then they'll get something like that'll come back on you.
But our mum used to always get us to talk to old people and help them.
That woman today, when I said, do you need help? She said, could you just see there if you could get us a cream and I think it was apple pie or something. So I went, thank you. You think I'd give her £1 million?
Because some of them are so old. Our mum used to always say to us, if they want to talk to, always talk to older people, she said, because if they're lonely. And she was right, because I can remember one who used to walk up and down here, our play area, but he lived there. And he used to be the caretaker of the golf club and stuff. And his wife had died, and you could tell he was overjoyed. He would say, hello, Mr. I can't remember his name now. And then he'd say, tell us all about the war and tell us all about when he was growing up. And it was just lonely, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I talked to people. There was a lad when she was out, Bobby and they were out up Colby, we were getting some food. And I went, you all right, son? He said, I've just, my missus had a fight with my missus. I said, tell us what's happened. Sat down with him for about a fucking hour. And after I went, he went, thanks for that. I feel really good now. You know, I talk and say, go and see her and say you're sorry and things like that. Not going to be as bad as you think and all that. I sat for nearly an hour with him just in Colby Newham shopping centre, which is just not far from us. And he said, are you Brian Cockerill? I went, yeah. He said, I can't believe you've just sat there all that time talking to me. Anyway, he shook my hand and all that, you know, and he's gone home obviously and be happy. But he was sat there saying, I'm going to have to leave and all that. I said, no, just go home and see. He said, do you think it'll work? Of course it will. She loves you, you love her. I said, go and see her. We all argue, we all fight, everyone in the world does. At the end of the day, we all lose our temper over something stupid. But when you sit back and look at the big picture, it's something daft, or arguing over nothing. Fucking nose is itchy. Yeah, I'll take that coke test any day. The time Cookie laughed at the time, but now I'm back. It was terrible. Yeah. Cane was nothing compared to the sandy. Yeah, the sandal, the rubber sandal, like them old-fashioned rubber sandal with the fucking horrible. But a size 11, size 12 across your ass when you're about fucking 12-year-old. Fucking kill you now, never mind then. Lee Walt, he was banned in 86, 87, the kid. Yeah, that was the 80s. So Scotland was banned earlier. And but in the Scottish like Catholic, it was because the fucking, I'll knock the I'll need knock the devil out. And they used to use Jesus and the God as a fucking excuse to hit you. I'll take the devil out of you. Hey, don't get the devil out. Just a kid playing, mate. You fucking smashed the window accidentally or something. Dragged in and battered by nuns or priests, and them priests fucking raping kids. Them fucking animals. They weren't fucking shooting in the head, the cunts. Used to move them on the Catholic Church, to move them somewhere else, like Africa. Then they'd rape kids in Africa. It was really bad what they'd done. It was disgusting what they did in that fucking church with the Pope. What they did with people, hiding paedophiles, putting them in other countries, taking them from Ireland and put them in America. There's one called Spotlight. If you watch it, fucking tears run down your face watching it. And they've been raping kids over and over again. And terrible. And then getting told off, getting like a fine, 100 quid or something for raping kids. One was in Ireland doing it for 17 years. He done it. And these people met. He said, I can't get married. I can't hold a relationship. He used to get raped, and he used to have a young girl, and he used to make him have sex with a young girl while the priest used to watch in the name of God. Fucking animals. Can't stand paedophiles, really can't.
Just
Colby and Hemo. Yeah, I used to go up there. I used to have places up there, so look after places, shops and stuff. It's my mate passed away up there not long ago. Very good friend, Steve Max. I can't fucking name now. We came to Manchester. We had some trouble in Manchester. Went there. Said, "Bye." Oh, they all had guns. These people went by. I don't mind having a fucking fight. We're going to get killed here. I said, "Well, if you only get killed once, don't you?" He was laughing his head off. He was in jail. I can't his fucking name now. His brother's alive. The other brother died in Holland and stupid blues, and he died on the blues. Carl's his brother, and he was called. I can't his fucking name now. Right, Ryan Hugel, great lad he was. It was sad. And my other mate went, friends of Bensley, another great lad was there. I can't remember his name now. He's got as well for them fucking stupid things.
I used to love Space Invaders, Tommy Transport.
Space Invaders, crisp things.
No, do you know the actual Space
Invaders? I like Galaxican. Me and George Fawcett used to go, right, put 10 pence in. I'd be on an hour and a half. And he could do about 30 minutes. I was fucking brilliant on it. An hour and a half for 10 minutes, and we'd go and have we used to walk from Redcar, from Rosebery Square, because he lived there. She was called Tracy's girlfriend. He had a baby with her. And we used to walk from there. I'd come from my house, go to Wales, and walk down through the Rose Garden, or go over the bridge where Emma's sister lives a couple of doors away from fucking James Arthur, the top singer, lives in a big fucking cricket ground where her sister lives. Lovely lady, her sister. Lovely manners.
You'd never believe she was 70 odd neither would you, your sister.
Beautiful woman.
Queen at 16.
Yeah, she's a beautiful looking woman, and the whole family are beautiful. You know, Emma's nieces. I mean, they're all gorgeous, lovely, beautiful kids, and they're all the manners are beautiful as well. They all like want to sing on a ship. They're all really, really intelligent, and the nephews are funny. They've got nightclubs and that. They're just lovely people. But yeah.
Yeah, they are. He's saying the
Plimsoll.
Plimsoll was worse than the thingy.
Oh yeah, definitely. You ain't bothered because you just fucking get in trouble again. We get in trouble again. Fucking fancy little country where we used to go down the town nicking out the shops. Like, well, he was telling me he used to do it, and we'd have like in the shops. And bins was the easiest one. Well, I went in bins, and there used to be like an old sergeant major bloke used to be in, and you go up the stairs, and then you fucking come down, and then you shut all the doors and lock them all. And we used to go upstairs, got loads of stuff, put them in a bag, and have somebody down and put it out the window, out the toilet window, and pass it down right with a big long string, because he was just an old bloke on there. And we used to do that as kids, you know, getting loads of sweets and stuff. Little fuckers we were. And we used to go into the town centre, and in the marketplace, where the marketplace was, up the ramp when you get off at the bus in Hartlepool, we used to go down skateboards, me and Dorsey, on a Saturday, and we used to get them Devon splits, and the van used to pull up. It was like, say, Greg's the bakers, and they would come upstairs and put it in and go down the elevator, and we'd pinch a big tray of fucking cakes or something. A little country where, and we used to do this. We used to go, me and Dorsey, we'd nick off school, and we'd nick over the wall, and we'd pinch the Joneses bottles of pop. And we wouldn't go to that shop, we'd go to the other shop and put the Joneses in, then we'd pinch the Lowcocks out of that one, and then go back to the other shop, take Lowcocks.
Guess what Gaffers remembered, Brian?
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, the night I bumped into you at the Top Hat, can you remember some young'un causing trouble with the doorman? He got a slap, and I seem to remember he ended up getting run over. Yeah,
that was the night when we were on the door, and it was the first night they came, them fucking National Front, the braces on and the Fred Perry tops, and they used to have little jackets, Aaron jackets. There's about 40 of the fuckers there, fucking full of them. They were only 15-year-olds, 18, 19, 20s, but they were cunts, and they were throwing money at us. And the door throwing money at me, and I was picking it up. I made about fucking £2, I think, and change, like 10 pences and 2 pences and that. So I put it in my pocket, and I only get 10 a night. I'm like, fucking, how do you do, get this every night? So I'm stood there, and then he made about fucking 5, 6 of them. Started throwing stones at me. I went, fucking come on. So I ran at them, and I hit 2 of them, dropped them. So I hit one with a slap, like a bit of a punch, but I've mistimed him a little bit, and I've only tapped him. But because he's going backwards like that, he's fell on his ass. So he shouts to me, "Ha ha! You punched me," but he didn't there. So he's jumped up and went like that, got up and pushed himself up on his legs, and he's running backwards, going, "Ha ha, you daft cunt, didn't hurt me." And then as he's running across the road, the car went bang, bang, right into him, broke both his fucking legs. So the cops come to me. I went, "Oh, fucking one there, Nick." So the cops went, "What's going on?" I went, his cop said, "Did you see that lad earlier on? I got knocked over." I went, "Oh, yes, officer." Big beat Bobby, big fucking hat on him, about 50-odd-year-old. I was only 22, I think, at the time. He went, "Oh," he said, "you won't believe it." He said, "It was his brother-in-law coming for him in his own car." He said that was his own car. He got knocked over in his own car for his own brother-in-law. We were fucking pissed ourselves laughing. He said, and he broke both his legs. We were fucking.
I was just thinking.
So I shouted when he got into the car. That fucking hurt though, didn't it? Big Ben, he was just been on early. He was with us.
Lena, whilst I was just thinking that, because you don't see kids playing at Christmas, and
Nah.
Brian, where we used to all meet in clubs, so we still used to manage to get in touch with each other and all talk. But back in the day, it was a great laugh. Okay, there was trouble and problems, etc. There was no social media, no computer stuff.
No.
We all didn't have much in the 80s and 90s, but made the most of it. I know.
Even in the 70s was best because it was really poverty then, because there was nobody was working. There was the 2-day week where there was no electricity. There was only electric for 2 days a week for working. And then you'd be in your house watching telly and just go off. So there was more fires that year, 1976 it was. There was more fires that year than ever. There's no rain for 3 full months. 90-odd days it didn't rain for in 1976. So what happened, there was a shortage of water. There was the hose pipe banned and everything. You could only go in the bath with about an inch of water, like in the war days. And it was horrendous. So they used to come around with this it was like a big bell. And it was full of water. And it was another big, them ones where you suck all the rubbish up, like the sewage that go around them with a brush thing, and it sucks all the rubbish up. I can't what they call them. It goes around, sucks all the rubbish up out the drains and that. They'd have one that was spotless, brand new, and it was all full of water. So you were allowed about 5 or 10 gallons or whatever it was a day of water. So you'd go out and they'd have a table on the back of it, and then you'd take your canister and they'd fill it up with big plastic canister, and you'd take it back in the house and go back and get another one. So you allowed 2 of them. And that was what you got. I think it was 10 gallons a day of water. And that went on for ages. And there was, like I say, no water for 90-odd days. It was fucking red hot. And there was an influx of ladybirds. Come millions and millions or trillions of ladybirds come this year because of the heat. Catch 22, hello, brother. A new breed. We're called the new breed. So, yeah, so when we were like kids, we used to go across the road from us. There was a bowling green. So we went on there. We never destroyed it. We went on to play. We played British Bulldog. So you'd catch someone, and then be one to catch you. And then once they all got caught, somebody else, the last one to get caught, whatever, would be their chance to be the catcher. And you'd play that fucking all night playing games, or you play like Queenie, who's got the ball and stuff like that, or kick at the can. Or we'd play like fucking like play football all night, or we'd play on our bikes. There was no fat kids. There was no problem with people at school that weight. There was only one lad, Fat Anthony. They all simply called Tony, the fat lad. Fat Tony, that was the only one. And he had a problem with his body anyway. He was fucking fat because it was a eating disorder he had. But there was no fat kids at school. There was no people having like depression at school. Everyone was tired when they went home. They'd go home to watch Grange Hill. The bangers and mash.
Brian Gaffer said he didn't know that about the lad. It was his brother who was coming to get it. He said that night, he said he ended up getting a good hiding off a lad called Vulture. I don't know whether you've heard of him.
Yeah, Vulture, yeah, from up that way. A different Vulture from, not that Vulture, I know, another Vulture from up that way. He used to work at the Millennium Vulture.
Yeah.
That was another good nightclub.
It rains at least 20 days a year here in Belfast. Oh, Blue Moon, you in Belfast? Oh, I didn't know that. They gave us a hose pipe van madness.
Yeah, it was fucking. It was more like I say. There was people. What they used to do is the fucking telly would go off, the electric would go off, and your mum would put everyone had net curtains in them days, so people couldn't nose in your house and stuff. King Mac, LFC. Hold on.
I'm glad you just paid a £5 just to spout that rubbish because what a load of garbage. But thanks for the £5.
Yeah. Shite. Yeah.
Oh my word. Thanks for, do you want to try it again? Send another £5 and ask it again.
Yeah. So let me finish this. So people would be like, you'd just get on because everyone was in the same boat. So when we were at school, You go to school, you come home, you get watch that Green Jill and stuff, and you go out and play, be on the football field playing football. And we used to play gatey, where we'd like have the gate. It was like with a little, we used to have a little ball like that, tennis ball, and you'd have to score. And then, so when you get to 12, we'd swap over and things like that. So you would play that, or somebody would go in goal. So you're playing goal. So the best one to score 3 goals, he would go in goal. Or you'd play where you'd hit the crossbar on the school field. There'd be a school field or a rugby field. And you'd hit the aim for the bar, or you'd play darts. We used to think we were like fucking Jockey Wilson and Cliff Lazarenko and all them people. And we played darts like for 2 full days in the summer holidays. All day darts, playing darts all day. And fucking still shit. I said to Phil Taylor, how the fuck do you get good? Because I never ever was fucking good at darts. I was fucking shit. He said he was the best dart player ever.
Your friend's coming.
Oh, he's come here, he comes, the bullseye. And when we used to like say go out, you'd have to be in at 10 o'clock. As soon as the lights come on, your mum would say get in. If you didn't get it at 10 o'clock the next night, you'd have to be in at 9 o'clock. So because the lights was the like when the dark light when the lights go on, the dark's there. That was like to get you in the house.
Come on, little boy. Come on. Go and see Dad.
So people like I say kids now we're just sat there Kentucky's in it. We might every now and then we would go to somewhere like my mum would take us to a cafe, and you might have a pie with like some type of pie would be made. You do them pie things.
Yeah. Oh,
hash pie, lovely pie, and you get gravy, corned beef hash and gravy, and you'd get that, and you'd have a cake and custard afterwards. Your mum and I used to have lime. We used to drink pop.
Yeah.
You'd have a cup of coffee or not a cup of tea, and we used to go shopping. And there used to be a shop called Hinton's, and we used to go in there and find fair and all them type of places. Yeah. And there was another one called Job Lot, and you used to go and weigh your food, and it was dead cheap.
Yeah,
it was brilliant.
Our dad used to take us to Pasitos every Saturday for an ice cream. We'd won the raspberry, and then we've got
fucking hell. You're having a laugh, aren't you? She must have been born with a fucking queen spoon in her mouth.
Charlotte likes a lot of them.
Yeah.
Right, you ready, people?
Raspberry fucking. We get a big.
Are you ready? There's a little boy.
Little.
Hello. He's massive, isn't he? Look at the chest on him. Hello, baby boy. Hello, baby.
Can't see him. Moving.
Right, hold on.
Yes, son. Get a kiss, babe.
See Dad.
Come see Dad.
Go see Dad.
Come on, my baby. Come on, my little boy. Can't see him.
Oh, there. Is it out?
No, can't see him.
No, there. Right. Oh, he always tries to fix you, doesn't he?
Fix my bad hand. Kiss my hand, then, yes, son. I won't let anyone in the house now. So
it's okay.
Tell me off there. Him there. Tell me off.
Go on. There we go, baby boy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so what we used to do is we used to go out and play all these games. I mean, my best mate was Dorsey. He would live like about. Tell
him how you used to charge your telly up. How you used to watch your TV. I was dead sad when you were thanking them said.
Yeah, well, what we used to do, we lived on the A19. We got a house there, because my mum, my dad and that, we used to live on a farm. We used to live on a pig farm, and we moved from there to the A19, which is on the way to Sunderland. But in there was a little cottage. It was only like 2 bedrooms. So you went in, the floors were stone floors. It's about 400-year-old cottage. And the farmer owned, Tommy the farmer owned the big farm at the bottom, used to rent it. My mum used to pay £1 a week for it. So it used to cost £1 a week, 1972, I think we moved there. And when we had no food, it was terrible. So what I used to do, I used to go in the farmer field and dig like a little fucking, I used to take a spoon with us and dig for like potatoes and that, so we could make potatoes on the fire because we'd have no food. We struggled to have food for the family, and I used to go in the other fields and get turnips, but it was them cattle turnips. They were fucking horrible, but you had to eat them. If you didn't eat them, you starved. And we used to do that. I'll get our mum stuff, like I say, out the potatoes that she'd make. We had them old-fashioned fires, them black ones, what you get out the old Victorian years. We had them red. I can't remember what they're called now. What they're called, and you'd have like on a hook, and it'd come out. You could put the kettle on there, but it always used to stink of soot because there's no soot off the chimney, and you'd have your food cooked in there. But on the side, you'd have the oven. You could open up. You could put cakes in, and not cakes, like pies and baked pies and that. It was dead cheap. So we used to go out for our mum in the woods and get all the wood. So that was our job, to get the wood for our mum to put in the fire. And we lived in there. So what we used to do, they'd be like, say in the winter it was freezing, all the whole family would stay in the one room. We'd have the beds all in the one room, so it'd be cheaper with just the heat for one room. We'd stay in there, and we'd have like the fucking window was broke, so we'd have like cardboard up at the window. Really bad times, starving sometimes. Never had to eat for days sometimes, but we lived there. I mean, well, Jerry used to come through from Redcar. My nanny used to give him food to bring to us, and we used to have like a good time, with them. But we still had a great time. We used to go to school in a little school called what's it called, Wolverston, little tiny school there, and we had a paraffin heater. And on them paraffin heaters, what you got to do, you got to put like a bottle of water or a glass of water to take the paraffin smell out. Because I had asthma, I was in and out of hospital all the time, so it was bad. With all the trees and that and the stuff off there, all my allergies, my nose and that, if you've seen it now, it was terrible. So I'd be like coughing like mad. So they take me in. I got put in oxygen tents a few times. Six weeks I was in an oxygen tent. And it was allergies. I'm allergic to the dust and dogs and every fucking thing. So we lived there for ages, about 4 years. And then we moved from there. And before we moved there, we had no telly, we had no electricity. All we had is colour-gas. They're called colour-gas, like a little mantle. You turn it on and you light it. That's what we had. One colour-gas, little light there, one in the passage, and one in the kitchen, and the other bedroom. That's all we had. We never had fucking, so we didn't really have that on because we couldn't afford the colour-gas. The colour-gas bottle was there. That's all we had. So we got a telly. My dad got a telly, and it was a telly that would work off a car battery. So on a Sunday, my Uncle John would come or someone like that, and it was in the middle of nowhere on this road on the A19, no shops or nothing. And they used to run the Sunday. We used to be able to watch the telly, like say on a Saturday night, and you'd get the battery charged up. You'd take it down to the garage, or whatever it cost. So many hours overnight. You'd go back down. It was about a mile walk to the garage, and you'd walk back with the battery in his hands, my dad, and we'd be able to watch the telly the next day on the Sunday, like one big film, so like John Wayne's like 2-hour film or something. Then the battery'd run out. We'd have nothing to watch. So we used to get colouring books, and we used to crane the colouring books, crayons and colouring books. That was how we used to dig out time. So outside we used to get clay. There was clay in the garden. It was like loads of clay. So we used to get the clay and make like little like toy things, like say little soldiers and things like that. We'd make them, and then we'd put them in the oven and they'd bake in the oven and come out. We'd make them and it'd be like marble things we'd make and everything like that. Just fucking, we used to make stuff out of our own stuff. And my dad, he built us a big wigwam with all the wood. He put these trellises up. And he put loads of, he cut the grass down. The grass was dead high. We moved in, and he put the grass, made us a big wigwam there, and then at the bottom he made us like a fort. So we were in the fort. It was like a proper fort with all the, you could put guns through, not real ones. And we used to have that. That's how we used to play. So we used to get like pretend guns, and play guns, games like that. You never see any kids do that in our imagination. So they've got to have fucking thousands of pound phones or fucking £3,000, £3,000 for a fucking pedal bike. Used to get second-hand ones, fucking second-hand. Go to the scrap man, get a wheel off get a racing frame I had with a chopper pair of handlebars put on it, and that with my bike. I used to have that fucking like that racing frame with chopper handlebars be right away, like fucking something off chips. But that was us. We were happy just to do that. But now, can you get me £1,000 phone, Mum? Or can I go to such and such? Can I go to what church? Well, my mum would say, you take your mum, can you get us this? She'd go, don't be so fucking stupid. Get you that. Think I'm fucking Rockefeller. No, things like that, my mum. But my mum used to always do a Christmas. What she used to do, she used to get a Provi loan for £1,000 or £2,000. But it would take her a year to pay it. By the time she paid it, she'd be paid to get another one. Every year she'd get that, and we used to have a great Christmas day and that. And we'd be upstairs, and I'd say, oh, Jamie, I'd see if we can get up. She'd go, no, get up upstairs. It's only 2 o'clock in the morning. And 3 would be up. So that she does get up about 6 o'clock. So we go down, bike, like it was second-hand one, but it was great. Or we get like, there used to be a shop called, what was it called? Dovecot Street in Stockton, and Dovecot Street in Church Street in Hartlepool. And you go in there and you get blow football, and you get like them darts where you throw it at the board and it'd stick like, you know what I mean? Them ones where it'd stick on, and you get things like
the big shuttlecock things where you get a ball and vest in them, and they were cheap.
Yeah, them when you just catch them. Yeah, so we couldn't afford that. She's fucking milk.
I had a speak and spell one Christmas.
Fucking speak.
And that was like the first computer.
I didn't even have to speak.
And it used to say, you are correct. You used to do like play hang on.
Man used to say, can you spell JCB? I said, no, can I fuck? Can you spell A? You still got that wrong. I was the worst speller going, but yeah, I was good at sports. But yeah, we used to go and play sports, and that was school. It was great. And it was only like I say, one kid fat. Everyone was fucking fit. All kids now, they're at fucking McDonald's, Kentucky smoothie drinks. Them smoothies have got more sugar than Coca-Cola. And they say they're good for you. They're not good for you.
I used to go and get sticklebacks from Lock Park.
Sticklebacks. We used to get
sticklebacks,
frogs and all that.
And then I realised, you know, what I was doing wrong with them. I used to wonder why they died. Right?
Because you stood on them.
No, because I didn't put the holes in the top of the jar. That's terrible, isn't it?
Fucking murdering bastard.
The same as serial killers end up.
Absolute fucking vile, horrible bastards.
I didn't mean it,
That's
though.
it, I finished you.
I didn't mean it.
Oh, you murderer.
No, but I really
you
didn't mean it.
murdering bastard,
I'm
killing
not
little
telling you the
animals.
other story then.
Oh, you better not. You better not. She used to steal people's dogs.
I never.
She did.
No,
She did. She steal people. They'd be at the shop. In the shop, she go, Mama found this dog wandering.
Because I used to collect them. Because I used to love dogs, right, that much, and animals. So what I used to do was, if they used to wander the streets a lot in them days, so I used to go out with our dog league and wait for a wandering dog coming past.
You used to fucking take them outside the shop. Jason told me. Jason had a cat with £15,000 cat, and she let it out, and it got pregnant to a fucking tomcat.
It was a top of the range British blue pedigree to hell.
15 grand it was worth, and it wasn't worth 10 pence after she let it out.
I let it in the garden, and it got pregnant to the local tomcat, and that was it. There was kittens all over the place.
And then she wanted to keep all them. Then they had to give all them away. She, crying every cat that went. She used to go down. The dog stood outside the thing like that, waiting for the owner. Lead on. Found this dog wandering.
Yeah, but I used to look after it and play with it and then give it some food. And our mum used to make me take it back because we'd always like read the collar then and they'd have their dress on. I used to just stop them from getting. I was supposed to fight a dog sitter.
The dog sitter. The fucking dog thief. Dalmatian, 101 Dalmatians.
I used to go hunting for them.
Yeah, okay, now.
Come on.
They're calling them fucking Cockerill DeVille next. 101 Dalmatians. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I've had a great night, 2.5 hours on here. We'll be back on tomorrow.
Do you know what I've told them next week? Because I've been asking for ages and we haven't done it. I said next week, Terry's doing it Tuesday. Tuesday night, you might have a little tune all up with a sing-along there.
You can't sing because you can't do it because the block you get done now, you can't do it.
Yeah, but it's only if you put we're not responsible for the music. And do you know what I mean? You're all right then. You're still allowed.
I don't think you are, you know. Last time we did it, we got done. You and Bobby got done for us. You got the thingy straight.
We never got straight.
It's not worth doing it.
Right, so that's your karaoke out the window.
Well, I might be able to do a couple, but I don't think you can do old songs like Old MacDonald had a farm. You can do things like that.
Do it like your nursery rhymes.
Yeah, nursery rhymes.
Hey, I won't tell you though now. Mum used to sing me.
Well, I don't want to know.
No, she used to, do you know what she used to sing me? 2 little babies lying in bed, 2 lay sick and the other nearly dead. Call for the doctor man said, feed the little babies on shortening bed. Mum's little baby loves shortening. 2 little babies lying in bed, 1 lay sick and the other nearly dead.
Okay, yeah, that's terrible.
I did disturb childhood.
You're fucking disturbing all my fucking subscribers, are you? Everyone's going off.
Right.
What 8 people left on?
No, they haven't.
Fucking hell.
I'll tell you the alphabet song next time. That's lovely. She learned me the alphabet by the alphabet song. A, you're adorable. B, you're so beautiful.
Yeah,
C, you're cute, full of charms. D, you're delightful. And E, you're exciting. And F, you're a feather in my arms. G, you look good to me. H, you're so heavenly. I, you're the one I idolize. J, you're like Jack and Jill. K, you're so kissable. And L, you're the love light in my eyes. M, N, O, P, I could go on all day. Q, R, S, T, alphabetically speaking, you're okay. You make my life complete. V, makes you very sweet. W, X, Y, Z. It's fun to wander through the alphabet with you to tell you what you mean to me.
Oh, wow.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it was great, that.
That's how I learned the alphabet.
That, please?
Yeah, well, tonight.
Yeah, teach him. You like that. Great show tonight, as usual. 501, thank you. Levy. Gaffer, 22, thank you. Lee Natty Wilson's always a pleasure, son. Freedom, always a pleasure. Another great lad. Tommy, love you, son. Autistic man, absolutely wonderful person. Trap Mafia, love you all the world, son. We're always here for you. Carol Curtis, we love you all the world and the kids. and the dog. She had the same dog as us, poor
No,
Scrappy.
no, this Carol keeps telling you you're getting the wrong Carol, Brian.
Why am I?
Carol Curtis is a beautiful lady from Scotland who loves
Oh,
dogs.
fuck's sake, you're wrong one
And
then.
Carol Edwards is a
Oh,
beautiful
right.
lady
Sorry,
who loves
Carol.
dogs from Middlesbrough.
Well, two Carols.
You love them both.
They both, I love you both, and you both got dogs, and you're great people.
Thank you, Timmy
Carol, I
B.
didn't know that. I keep getting fucking Carol mixed up. She'll fucking kill me, Carol, when she sees me.
Remember, next Saturday, Big Pat Robinson is fighting, so please wish him the best of luck.
Yes,
yeah, brilliant.
We love the Pat, but it would be a one round.
And we're hoping Brian might be able to attend it yet.
Yeah, I don't think I'm like this, babe.
But who knows?
29th, I don't think so. I think I will be on his next one, but I need to get right. I need to trade him. I need to get him fucking up here on the bags. I need to trade him. I need to show the Brian Cockerill way to fight, and then he'll never get beat. Believe me.
Yeah.
Might have to bite a few noses off in a few years. Give them back though. Be generous, like I'm always generous. But yeah, 98 on, guys. Don't forget to push the like buttons. 2 years push the like buttons. I mean, made the 100 tonight. There's 2 push like buttons. Thumbs up. 98, 123. It'll still on. But yeah.
Right.
Night.
Much love, everybody.
Yes, everyone. We love you all, and we'll see you. Yeah, thanks for the 100 likes. It does the trolls' heads in, and it makes us happy. And you's happy. Tomorrow we'll be back on. We'll just have a mad night again, like we've done tonight. Just lovely talking about the old days, and being. Don't forget to be nice and respectable, and be polite to each other, love each other, and life's a better place when you love people. Hatred is a horrible thing. It gets in you like poison. It seeps through your veins, and it just makes you more and more and more hatred. So when you hate people, you end up being evil and twisted, like certain people we know.
Yeah.
So if you be like us now and be nice and polite and courteous to people, you go to bed with no nonsense in your head. Go to bed happy.
Love you all.
God bless.
Bye.
Oh,
what do you want to eat now?
Oh, I don't know.
Right, I'm going to reach.